Music maestro, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose. How we doing? Welcome on in. It's Monday night. That means it's time for Starsector. It's time for our weekly return to Starsector, where we ask the important question, what the hell is going on and what were we doing this time last week? And I'm thinking about shaking up the stream schedule a little bit. Maybe we do like a week of Starsector. Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we do a week of RimWorld. Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I do like the chill Saturday, Sunday morning RimWorld streams. Yesterday was a ton of fun. We achieved an awful lot with our colony and we survived some trepidation. So, I don't know. And I like the idea of the Wildcard Fridays, but we're yet to actually have a Wildcard Friday that worked. We'll get there. We'll get there. Welcome on in. Right, let's see where we were at. The big news at the sort of towards the start of last week, but really we've not done anything with it right up to the end of the stream because we also played some Death Roads Canada, is the shiny new battleship that we got, which is currently costing us a fortune, is very expensive to deploy, and is terribly badly fitted. But it's there. It's currently piloted by Lieutenant Dysnomia Robles, which is a pretty cool name. But if you're in chat and you're following and you would like to change Dysnomia Robles' name, then you are welcome to do so, and the same goes for any of our unnamed ships. But we have all of our other captains named. We've got Lieutenant Friendly, we've got You're a Wizard Liam, who is doing better as a pilot here than he is doing as a colonist in our RimWorld, where he is currently continuing to have mental breaks and going on food binges. And then myself, Captain Bo Goose McCroy. So we've got a semi-decent fleet now. We've got a pretty hefty crew requirement. We've got a pretty hefty fuel requirement for moving around, but good fuel capacity. And we've got about 80,000 credits. But what we need to do now is build up some credits, because this is going to start to cost us a chunk in supplies. So I think tonight we want to go looking for some interesting things. We've got some new world surveys. So I've never done one of these. We could fly out to a world somewhere and complete a full survey for 90,000. That full survey is only going to cost us 45 supplies, 30 heavy machinery, 180 crew. That's okay, we can do that, and there's plenty of time. It's a long way away, but that's the type of mission we could certainly do. And we've got one for the Luddic Path all the way up here. We have a technology cache out on the eastern rim of the sector, the Persian sector. We've completed the Pilgrim's Path. I also want to have a look at some bounties. I want to look at some personal bounties, particularly ones that are knocking around, maybe not too far from where we are. So we're currently in Asconia still. I'm not sure we ever actually left Asconia, or are we down here now? Oh no, of course, we went down to Gilead so we could do the last of the Luddic Path missions. Liam, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Local boy Liam, in the house. 2 days in a row, my friend. And you're now mighty, mighty starship captain rather than food binging borderline psychopath. Although that's a description of your character, not how your week is going. You know, you can tell me. Maybe the first or maybe the second is more applicable. That face says it all. Oh, so they've got an onslaught as well, but it's outdated. And they've got few cruisers. That's a big one. We get greedy shooting for one of those. But these types of things, we could definitely take something like this on. Where's this fella? The New Pariah Nebula. So we could head up to the New Pariah Nebula. we've got 50 days left to bring Liam Knoll, a notorious pirate, to justice. Karma! Welcome on in, buddy. It would not be a Starsector stream without you, my friend. So, we could take Liam to hunt Liam. Ah, good to know. Good to know. So the biggest thing they've got is one of the Colossus pirate freighters, which is fine. We've got the Colossus non-pirate freighter. We've got the actual freighter rather than the kitted for combat job. They've got an enforcer. Everything else is pretty tiny. So that one would be easily achievable. And he's rumoured to be hiding out near a barren world in a system with a supergiant primary star. The Liams must fight! We could do a Liam Highlander, I like this. We could go for the personal bounty on Liam Knoll and do Liam Highlander in the new Pariah Nebula. So somewhere in this nebula, there is a system with a supergiant primary star. So that's got a red supergiant. Those two have got white dwarfs. That's got an orange star. So I would suggest that this is the only system that fits the bill. And he's somewhere near a barren world in this system. So we've got partial intel on his ships. Yes, we got the Executor last time, so we sort of want to go and test it out, even though it's supply inefficient to deploy it in combat and various other things. I think we're going to go and try and find the personal bounty and do the Highlander of Liam's. I'm going to drag it around, Karma, until such a point as it becomes completely unsustainable and tanks my entire playthrough. And the whole time I do, I'm going to giggle at how big it is and be very pleased. And then it'll get blown up in a fireball. So, well, I see. The initial assessment notes, the fleet may contain several other ships of lesser significance. Well, that's fine. If there's nothing more significant than that, we can definitely make some money. So we would be going towards Ashtoreth. We've got one more thing to do before we think about doing that, but if we were to go to Ashtoreth, which is all the way up here, we would need a lot more fuel. We would need a minimum 900 fuel, and it's going to take us 24 days to get up there, which is going to be a lot of supplies. So, yeah, we're looking at, what, 24 days, so 48, about 50 days, so about 200 supplies, not counting what it's going to cost us in combat. Oh, let's cook, Karma, because if this blows up, we'll do quite a different playthrough next time. I think we're just going to wing it now. We're going to see what happens. The fit's bad. I'm not piloting it myself. I'm just going to let it do its thing. It's going to be slow. It's going to be a little bit tanky, but it depends on. I think if we have it at the back and we're busy just doing what our fleet does, it will add a little bit of weight and firepower and be a bit of an immovable object. It shouldn't really attract too much attention, I don't think. And if they all swarm it, then we can start picking stuff off one by one as a fleet. But we're just going to roll with it. However, before we do any of that, we're now at Gilead. So let's just dock at Gilead. I want some fuel. Fuel here is not entirely unreasonable, but let's just have a look at fuel in the system. Yeah, okay. I mean, we can afford a bit of fuel. So where are we at the moment with fuel? We got 522. We're going to want probably about 1,000 fuel. We've got no black market suspicion. I don't think we're doing terribly for supplies, actually, and these supplies are a little bit more expensive than we have been paying. Yeah, we might splurge maybe 300, 400, even 500 with combat if we were to go there and back and not go there and do something else. But I think we'd be okay. My plan is not to, unless we lose absolutely every ship, we're not restarting. And even if we lose every ship, I will escape in something and we will rebuild from somewhere. But I'm not worried about that. I think the worst we're going to do is, at the moment, we're going to pick relatively appropriate level fights, which is to say fights where we have a superior advantage and my tactics will be slightly nullified by the fact that we have better and more ships. And then we're going to slowly accrue a few credits, so that when I inevitably lose the fleet, and it will happen, we will rebuild organically. We will continue with this roleplay playthrough of our daring crew. Actually, let's not do that. If we look at the black market, we can't have that much anyway. So if we bought everything off the black market, giving us minimal suspicion, and then another 200. Okay. We'll ditch the metals because why not? In fact, might as well ditch the metals on the black market. It's hardly a significant sale, is it? But it makes us a little bit more money. Right. Let's have a quick look at what they've got here. ECM package. Gain ECM rating based on ship hull size. I quite like that. And expanded magazines. So increased ammo capacity or number of charges for ballistic and energy weapons. That's a good point. Do we end up paying like monthly fees on those Karma, which is not the end of the world compared to lugging them around the galaxy? We could just pop some ships in storage. Ah, and if we buy storage here, it presumably applies on both windows. Oh yeah, monthly fee equal to 1% of the base value of the items in storage. That's, the game tells you everything. Why do I even need to ask? I should learn to read. Cool. Well, I quite like our neat little flexible fleet. I don't want it to get much bigger than this. That buffalo is just comedy value. Okay, cool. So we were going here, weren't we? And we've got 50 days to do it, and it's going to take us 24 days at base burn level to fly there. Well, we're not going to fly at base burn if we can help it. Tell you what we will do. Let's have some audio, shall we? We're missing out on our lovely Starsector sounds and music. I need to be able to hear when my ships explode. Right, where are we? Perfect. What are we burning at? Maximum burn level 14. Maybe we've not. I thought we had increased the burn level on the Executor. Or was the Executor not the slowest thing in our fleet? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to find out. I like the fact that we're now into monthly expenses as well, rather than monthly credit. Yeah, I'm not having that. Off you go. Right, let's keep an eye out for space derelicts. Mud skipper. Ooh, your fleet approaches a derelict, mud skipper. When we explore it, ship's memory banks are partially accessible, and the data therein points to the existence of a desert world from a low hazard rating, some distance away from the centre of a Penelope star world. So we found data on a habitable world. I did not realise you could find anything other than ships from derelicts. I'm not particularly bothered about having another mud skipper, so we'll salvage it for a little bit of fuel and such. Don't really need to have my transponder on at this point. Shouldn't be running broadcasting who we are. Persian League fleet, mercantile convoys and such. Ooh, your fleet approaches a derelict ship, derelict brawler-class gunship drifting through space, heavily damaged. Let's explore it. We've located something else from the wreck. This is amazing. Ship's memory banks partially accessible. We have found a weapons cache located inside an asteroid belt some distance away from the centre of the Mizzou star system. I'm not spending a story point to recover a brawler, I don't think, but let's have a look at it. 4D mods, unreliable subsystems, damaged weapon mounts, compromised hull, increased maintenance. No, brawlers are not difficult to find. So, a weapons cache near Mizzou, which is presumably not of the core worlds. So we would look at... don't press buttons. Here we go. All the way out here. Gotcha. Thank you, Karma. Oh, right, so we've got Mercantile Convoy, we've got... If I pause that, do those updates disappear or does that freeze them? Oh, we've got a mission to analyse a weapons cache, and we've got the new intel, which presumably is what we just found. So much to pay attention to when you're flying through. I said it last time, so much for space relaxation. It's like, oh, we're in hyperspace, we're all good, boys, we'll just rock and roll. This may be the furthest out I have flown away from the core worlds in Starsector. Right. So this is the red supergiant. The intel told us that Liam, whose head we are claiming for our Highlander mission, is rumoured to be hiding out near a barren world. So that looks like it's got a vaguely barren world next to it. Let's have a look. Now presumably, all the way out, oh, we've got a warning beacon. Fully autonomous warning beacon. Let's find out what it's warning us of. Maybe a pirate. I think it's going to be near the inner system jump point, but then that could be a barren world as well. Star system is known to contain potentially active autonomous weapon systems. Yay! Oh, access is forbidden by Hegemony Navy Diktat. Definitely leaving my transponder off. So, if we look at the intel... Right, just says near a barren world in a system, not outer system or inner system. So, we're going to jump the nearest one. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's a domain fleet. Fun as it would be. So we've got a rocky metallic world. That's not what I want. We've got Barren World up here, a Barren World here, and a Rocky Metallic, a Barren, and a Barren Bombarded World. So a lot of Barrens going on. I think heading down towards here, or maybe the Bombarded World, could be quite good. But I've got a feeling maybe he's on Galera, or around Galera. Oof. Is what? I don't know, mate. I can't remember what I just said. I think I was asking which planet of the two was more likely to be the barren world of the two jump points with their planets in them. And we're going to go and have a look. This is barren world number 1. I was wrong about him being hanging around here. Let's have a quick little space look. Okay. We've got a sensor burst down here and a sensor burst up north. This is we don't know what this is, but could be interesting. I need to remember, where's my interdiction pulse? Oh, I see, right, this is actually a debris field. While we're here, let's scavenge some stuff. Ooh, a cargo manifest found by the salvage crews searching through the debris indicates the presence of a quantity of transplutonic ore, likely to be found if proper salvage operations are conducted. We're looking pretty good, let us salvage. We got a good amount of supplies and fuel for once, and we did get some transplutonic ore. Excellent. Domain. I'm not sure. I don't know, mate. I can't be expected to remember everything. My brain is absorbing information after a long Monday. This is why I think switching up the stream schedule so that we do multiple Starsector streams in a week. So we do like a week of heavy Starsector play, so we've got consistent sessions, particularly if we were to do... Oh, who's this? It is... So is that... Oh, yeah, sorry, I said is that... It's not domain, it's dormant. Dormant. Yeah, I thought it said domain. That was what I asked. Those are the autonomous defence systems, I'm assuming. I have fought their crews once before. Right, the monthly expenses starting to slowly suck us dry. Let's get this bounty done. Remnant! Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Liam. Right, this looks like a debris field. It is, but also, near the debris field and near the barren world, these dudes. We found him! Here's Liam! Let's open a comlink and tell him there can only be one. The pirate fleet assumes a neutral posture. It does not appear to be certain of your identity. Right, comms line crackles. After a moment, Liam Knoll speaks. Wait, someone actually answered this thing. I'm not really sure what to say. Usually they just fight or run. So which is it? No, alright, fair enough. In that case, we shall move in to engage. Right. We're throwing in the Executor, just because I want to see how it goes. We're chucking in my ship and we're going to throw this as well. So we've got a few big boys. Then we want some hounds, so we're definitely taking Liam's hound. It has to happen because this is the Highlander fight of Liam v Liam. It's going to cost us a chunk of supplies, but we're good. Let's throw in a couple more hammerheads. Where's the drone tender? That could be quite useful. Or we could take the Merchant of Death, couldn't we? So recovery cost 81 supplies. We could do the couple more small quick ships. The combat freighter's alright as well. Like, for the sake of one more recovery supply, the combat freighter and the fact we're basically deploying everything, aren't we? Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can. We've got them. Hey, Tin Mass, man! I thought you were away in an internetless caravan. I wasn't expecting you, buddy. Welcome on in. We're going to see how this battleship goes. And see if I've built it better than you've built yours. I'm going to guess no. Right. I would like... Where's my drone tender? Right. You can escort me, Mr. Drone Tender. Give me some drone. Actually, no, we don't want that. Cancel that. How do I cancel or rescind the order? Rescind the order. We'll take... Right, I'll take the combat freighter. That'll work quite nicely. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Wow, yeah, so he's got a whole mess of ships. We've got them up the front. We'll try and take on this hound, but we will not let it draw us back into the lines. What? Oh no, my controls are all messed up again still. That's more like it. Right. Didn't like that for a second. Right, take your time. That's it. Don't let these little boys pull you out of line. Where's everybody else? Where are we? We're up here. There's the little boy here. There's a whole chunk of them down here. We could take the combat freighter instead. Oh, thank you, love. Right, let's see if we can't divert ourselves to this combat freighter and do a little bit of damage. There we go, a bit of sustained pressure. Sort of getting the hang of this bad boy. Okay, they've got retreaters. Oh, bye-bye. Right, and then they've got a whole cluster down south here. How is the... Oh, look at him, he got sheared in half. That's amazing. I want to have a look how the Executor's doing. It's doing alright. It's basically tanking the whole field, so let's go offer some support. And we've still got SRMs left, which is good. I've been much more sparing with them this time than I usually am. Okay, this is starting to feel like for the first combat of the night, we're actually doing alright. Oh, okay. Some losses, that's fine. We would expect that. What's left? Just the little boy up top. Well, I don't think we're going to get to him, but... Everyone in pursuit. Get him crushed. Try not to ram into your own giant in-the-way battleship. Oh yeah, the sabot pods on the Manticore are my absolute favourite piece of it. I let the Hellfire Cannon or whatever it is do its work for a little bit, and then we just unleash the sabots that blow holes in everything. They'll take shields, they'll take anything else. Bye bye. Huzzah! I think we won that one pretty decisively. So what did we lose? Ooh, the Hammerhead went down. Yikes. Lost... Oh, we lost Liam's Hound. So in the fight of Liam versus Liam, who came out as the Highlander? Liam was piloting the modified freighter that we destroyed. Right, preliminary reports indicate approximately 130 crew and no Marines were lost. I'm assuming most of the crew were lost from the battleship because of its ridiculous crew losing things. You see, Tin Mass, I always set all my weapons to automatic apart from my missiles, which I put in weapon group 1 and leave them on automatic. So I always start with manual control over the missiles. Everything else does it on its own. I'm not sure the battleship... No, the battleship took no hull damage whatsoever. It wasn't the battleship. I was only joking about the fact that it's got that ridiculous bonus crew losses stuff. But yeah, I always start... First weapon group for me is always missiles, and it's always on manual control. Everything else I just put on auto. Unless it's a missile launcher like the Pilums that have infinite ammo, but you know, a charge time for launching, in which case I just leave the Pilums doing their job. So the only thing that retreated was the kite. We could probably catch it. I'm assuming because we destroyed his flagship we're still going to get the bounty for doing it, but we could probably catch the kite. What have we got? We've got a Hound with... Right, Karma, you can tell me here. Oh, it tells me. I hover over it, it tells me. So I can force a battle in which the kite tries to get away, and we can send a couple of hounds after it, or a hound after it, which has still got pretty decent combat readiness, but pretty balked hull integrity at this point. I don't think so. We can harry the retreat, which reduces the combat readiness of all disengaging ships as if they were deployed. Yeah, big deal. Slows down your fleet for a while as your forces require time to reorganise after the harassing action. We're going to slow down here anyway because we're going to do some stuff, so maybe we'll harry their retreat. Your forces harass the enemy ships as they retreat, causing much disruption, but ultimately do not force a battle. After the battle, 71 crew and no Marines were rescued from life pods and intact compartments in the wrecks. Awesome, so we've got more than half our crew back. Salvage Chief reports that several ships disabled or destroyed during the battle can be restored to basic functionality. Let's consider what we want back. Well, we're not far off. We're one story point away from being able to get hull restoration and start getting rid of some demods. So the demods don't make me sweat quite so much. The Enforcer, I can't remember what demods it had before, but I want the Enforcer. I like the Enforcer. Oh, I see. These are all the ones, and these are the story point ones. So if we wanted the Pirate Colossus, which is the fighty freighter, that's a story point. Unfortunately, our Hammerhead is a story point to get back. We've got a lot of story points though. But it is degraded engine structural damage, degraded shields and glitched sensor array. But it's my Hammerhead, it's my first proper ship. The Enforcer's ours, which I would like back if I can. Structural damage means there's a lot of lost hull, but I do like that. Standard recovery. I want. Well, we've got a 1 demod hound. We've got one on the. Presumably, these are the demods they originally had. Not. Or is that? Oh, it might be a different. It's a pirate enforcer. Maybe it is different to the one we had. Right, Karma. Oh yes, of course. These are my hulls. Makes sense. So this hound here has got 4 demods. Are they the 4 demods it already had when I lost it? And if I recover it, it will gain another one? Because these two have only got 1 demod on them, and I'm sure the hound had at least 1 on it anyway. So presumably these were the demods they had when we sent them into the fight. Although this combat freighter's got hundreds of them. It's got 5. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you, Karma. So yeah, so I'm not going to get another demod on top of what we already see. That's fine then. I was going to say I don't remember the combat freighter having quite so many. So that was the hound that we lost, which was a hound D. There's a pirate hound D here, which has only got 2 demods. So we could try and recover that one instead of the one we lost. The pirate one. 2750, 200, 25, 2750, 200, that's 0.94 and that's 0.75. So this one I like better anyway. That's got an extra 150 armour for the D. This one has got less armour. Yeah, exactly. So it's just basically fewer demods is better, and then we can hopefully salvage some weapons and stuff off it. So we've got the pirate Cerberus here. Cool. So we don't want that. What we want is a 2 demodder. Instead of grabbing that hound, we'll grab that hound. We potentially lose another one. I would like the Vanguard back. I don't know why. I'm literally going by the sprite and going, oh, that looks kind of cool, and I only had one of them. Mind you, that wasn't my Vanguard, so we didn't lose our Vanguard. Or if we did, it wasn't recoverable. No, we didn't lose our Vanguard, so we don't need it. Right, that. I think we're fine with the rest, and then the question is, do we want our hammerhead back with degraded engine structural damage, degraded shields and glitch sensor arrays? And I don't think we do, because we've got a number of destroyer hulls now. That's a very glitchy hammerhead. We can get another one for not too much, surely. Hammerheads are not that rare. And then the pirate freighter has compromised hull, structural damage, increased maintenance and glitch sensor array. So it's weak AF. It's paper thin. It's going to cost us a ton of stuff. It's not exactly got a massive cargo capacity. I'm not that fussed by that either. Right. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Do that every time. Right, that and that was what we said. Recover those. Salvage crews are able to recover 3,751 credits from the CPU cores still active in the wreckage. Let's pick through that wreckage. Oof. We've got more supplies than when we set out, which is nice. And some transplatonic ores, but more importantly, we gained 37,000 experience. Friendly gained experience, as did Dysnomia Robles and Liam. Liam gained the least experience, which, you know, Liam's just chopped a dude's head off with a sword and claimed the Highlander gold, so really he should have gained the most. However, we are up at a vaguely decent credit level, and, oops, if we salvage here, it's likely, but there's high risk. Ooh, very high risk, 38%. We're going to risk it. Right, we've lost 4 heavy machinery. Okay. But we got 2 back from the wreck. We got an assault chain gun and we got even more supplies and fuel. You can go for me if you want to go for me, that's fine. Oh, so we lost 3 heavy machinery and we gained 4. This is absolutely perfect. Happy with that, and we've got a slightly denser field down here. Okay. So we've completed that. 2 things. Let's save the game. We actually did a fight and survived the fight. I'm very proud of us. We're spending a fortune now repairing stuff. So if we have a quick look at our fleet, we've got a lot of ships with, well, we've got some ships with hull damage. We've lost quite a chunk of combat readiness on quite a few of them. Although the Manticore is still back up and running. I love this thing so much. We spent a lot of time fitting this, and Karma really helped me with it, but I just love this hull now that I've got my head around it. The first time I flew it, I couldn't stand it, and now I sort of get it. I also really like this bad boy because it does the little dive in and ram and shoot. It's all good. Chunk of stuff to get back up to speed, and then we've got a couple of rescued ones. I mean, these 2 here, we could almost mothball the pair of these because their combat readiness is so low that mothballing them isn't really going to cost us anything to get them back up to speed. So Karma, what is your opinion on mothballing the new Hound and the new Cerberus? And normally I wouldn't mothball because you've then got to pay to get the combat readiness back up, but it's so low and they've suffered so much damage, we're not going to be flying them anytime soon. We'd be better off getting back to the core and fixing them than we would worrying about them right now. Like, we've got enough. That's a good point. If they're mothballed, they're not giving us any cargo space. And we've got a couple of Hounds, but yes. Well, that's a good point, and the combat readiness is so low. Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, we've got a skill point to spend. So if we're going for hull restoration, and I think we've committed to that for the first playthrough, you know, it's not something I want to take every time, but I'm learning, and the yellow thing is good for people who are learning. We need 1 more point before we can get there. So our options are, starting from the top, industrial planning, which is about managing a colony. Not bothered with that at all because I'm not going to be doing any colony management for quite a while. Makeshift equipment. So this one I like because it reduces our monthly supply consumption for ship maintenance by 50% or 100 units. So at the moment it would be like 58 units. It was a lot more than that actually, but we've lost some ships in that fight. But I think trimming down the weak to feed the strong is a good way to do it, because we were getting a bit fat as a fleet. Now we're relying on a bigger degree of 1 or 2 fat ships. So makeshift equipment is a potential. We've got polarized armor, which makes armor more effective and could give us shield shunt. Field repairs, which I'm surprised we don't have actually. I like that a lot. So 50% repair rate outside of combat and 25% of hull and armor damage repaired after combat for no cost. So a maximum of 25%, which would be maximum 240 or less your total deployment cost. So at the moment we would be like 116 less supplies, which is pretty good, or something. 25% hull armor repairs for combat, no cost. Yep. And our recovered ships start with better hull integrity and combat readiness. So I think we're going to take field repairs. I like it a lot. The other one would be bulk transport, which would give us more cargo capacity and fuel capacity and personnel capacity. Also increase the burn level of non-militarised civilian ships by 2. Not terrible, but we're dragging around some pretty heavy military slow ships as it is. So I think we'll take field repairs. Ah, okay, Karma, gotcha. I mean, the main reason... Yeah, so hull restoration means that they're pretty much always recoverable, but we then stack demods. But they also have a chance to avoid demods and chance to remove demods, which is helpful. But the thing is, we can't get to hull restoration without one of these, and my two choices would be probably field repairs or bulk transport. Bulk transport would make us more effective for trading. It would give us better fuel capacity for longer journeys, more personnel capacity, but we could also just buy another fuel tanker or something. I think field repairs is going to keep our costs down until we get to hull restoration. I quite like it. And we can respec later. We've also got 14 story points, so you know there's... We've made that elite already, that's fine. Ah, okay. I really like that, Karma. I'm like, I'll see if I can get my fleet to survive, and we'll bounce around the place and see what happens. But the fact that the game supports so many different playstyles as well is just very, very cool. I like it a lot. Right. I want to do a couple of things. The first one is, I want to see if we can find another couple of bounties. We've actually made, well, we haven't made supplies on that deal because we're now having to spend a lot of supplies to recover from the fight, but we hadn't lost any supplies by the time we engaged them. And what are we at now? Yeah, we're around about the same amount of supplies as when we left, and we've gained a little bit on some other things. And we've got some transplatonic ores, and we've got a ton of metals. We can always jettison a load of these if we need to, but do we have any other pirate activity, actual personal bounties near us? Because we're going to have our repairs done by the time we get to them. So we completed the Highlander mission. Liam took out Liam. In my head, Liam took out Liam. And we got our 83k. And we've improved our relationship with the hegemony. The biggest bounty up at the moment is this Tritachyon one, which is not like the end of the galaxy far away, but we're gonna need to get fuel from somewhere, because by the time we bounced here we might be struggling to limp back to the core. That is seriously cool. That's a proper scavenge space rat pirate run, where you're just like, we didn't pay for these hulls, we'll use them, we'll blow them up, we'll take the ones of yours that exploded, and we'll just... And the fleet just changes and evolves every time you bounce around. I'm not going to wish for it, but I'm already looking forward to our first proper loss, because it'll happen, and we'll have to build the fleet from the ground up, and we'll do it very differently, I think. We'll have learnt a little bit. But that's not going to happen tonight. Tonight we are mighty warriors. So we've got a bounty down this way, which is basically as far out the other side of the core, and it's not worth as much. This one could be quite funky, because they've got an Enforcer and they've got a Colossus. Not fussed by those. The Falcon could be pretty interesting. I've never flown a Falcon, I quite fancy one. They're like energy turret-y, aren't they? Right, so we've got quite a few missiles and then energy turrets, and it's got a fighter bay. Well, in that case, it's the biggest bounty on the map, and I quite fancy having a Falcon if we could recover that. And most of the other little things, like last time, half of this entire fleet of this size clustered round the Executor and just did nothing to it while we finished off the big boys, and then we came in and mopped them all up. So that would be near a barren world in a system with a giant primary star. So in the Ennian Nebula, we've got a blue giant, and that is the only one. So we would be going to Baal. 29 days, there's only 10 days left on the bounty. damn it, we're not going to be able to get there. That's a bugger. Have we got anything else? We've got... Ooh, pirate base. Exact location unknown. But we'd have to destroy the pirate base. That seems a little bit wild. I mean, maybe it's just a glorified battleship, but... Yeah, I haven't done that yet, because I'm not looking at the map. Can I turn it on from here? I didn't think I could. I thought I had to be on the map to turn on the fuel range indicator. I'm looking. I was looking for where they are, and then I was going to go to the map and do that. I suppose I can hit S and then do it that way. But I didn't think from the Intel screen you could have... You're about to change my life again. Top left of the Intel map. Well, that's just changed the way I play Starsector. That's the one thing I've always found really fiddly about Starsector, is I couldn't be looking at my Intel with my fuel range up. It works. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. That wasn't because I didn't want to do it, or I didn't... Well, I suppose it was because I didn't know I could do it. It's something I've always wanted to do. So what I've been doing here is clicking things, then going in the map, and then doing the fuel range in the map, because I know how to do it. That's... It's up there in tiny letters that my poor old man eyes can't see. Right, let's be decisive. Let's do something. We're up here. So we're not going to make it to her. There's a pirate base somewhere that we could do. Oh, so we could just use the mission to actually find a pirate base. Somewhere out in... Right, so it's like the other side of the core. But yeah, we could almost use that as a way of finding stations in otherwise bits of space that we don't know whether they're populated or not. That's really useful, Karma. Thank you, man. So we've got a couple of pirate bases. We've got Nelson out here, which has got 4 days. She's got 10 days. So we're not going to get any of the personal bounties. We have accepted the technology cache, which is way out here. And we would struggle our backsides off to get out there and get back. We need more money, I think, before we can do that, because outside of the core worlds we don't currently know which of these systems we can hop into and be able to buy any fuel and stuff, so we could just get stranded. But oh god, yeah, of course, we haven't spoken to Caliban in ages. Presumably we have to go to Caliban to talk to him. We can't just contact him from here. Yeah, I think speaking to Caliban is not a bad idea, and we need to get back to the core anyway. So let's do it. We're 17 days away from up here at base burn level. See, you're the man, Karma. You're keeping me flying. I love it. Absolutely love it. Try and stay out of the corona. Yeah, I've not been for a pint with Caliban in ages. And he's always jolly pleased to see us. We're gonna have to... Oh, we suppose we can use E-burn to try and burst across this, can't we? But we could also fly around it. Yes. So the reason I don't know why I keep looking down here. It's like, oh, my chat's down here, but you're up here. I'm not talking to this guy. That guy's a line of text. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I ignored them because there's 2 ships. And I suppose there's probably some really interesting story stuff going on around those dormants, or whatever they call themselves. And I have fought them before in a different playthrough, and it was vaguely underwhelming. But I probably should be finding out why there's automated defences in there. So yeah, I was just like, well, it's not really worth our time, is it? And we're repairing at the moment, and we don't want to take more damage and be spending more supplies. Let's just rock on. But yes, you make a valid point. Why not just go and at least make contact with them and try and speak to them? My poor monkey mercenary brain is too busy trying to plot galaxy domination. It's a largely blind playthrough, but we weren't getting enough done, and I was making basic mistakes, so I thought I would do another playthrough off camera to try and learn some of the basic mechanics and combat, so you weren't having to shout at me. Not that I'm not suggesting you're shouting at me, but you weren't having to jump in every time I was making a mistake and be like, just try this. Because I wanted to be able to sort of get through and... Hey, we're going across. Okay. Oh, I see. As soon as you hit the slipstream, it takes you out of autopilot. So you need to be sort of manually flying across the slipstream. That's good, it feels tactile. But it essentially is a blind playthrough, in that I think I have, on my other playthrough on normal, I'm just out of the tutorial. I've not done anything else except one other mission, which is where I met some of those. But I don't think I have any holes that aren't the holes I got from the tutorial mission. And it's weird because when we're here on stream, I sort of think, and this is the way I play games, and that's fine. If people come for this, great, and if they're enjoying it, that's brilliant, and if they're not, then, you know, this isn't the stream for them, and there'll be some streams out there of people playing heavily modded Starsector. But I also thought, well, maybe it'd be more interesting for people if I did a bit more sort of, you know, if I knew a bit more and we weren't spending quite so much time learning on stream all the time. But as soon as I played my other playthrough, I immediately thought, well, this is just stuff that should be happening on stream, so I stopped it almost immediately. I think I've got an hour and a half playtime on the other playthrough. Yeah, that's I don't know, again, Karma, I don't know if you've got ads, but that's how I've... Oh, why am I not on sustained burn? I'm not paying attention. Oh, because I went e-burn. That's why. Yeah, I tend to just click and drag with my cursor when I'm trying to move around, which I don't know how I found that out. I think I was just playing around, but this is not the right jump point, I don't think, but I should have been paying better attention. We should have gone to the Aztlan jump point, not this one. Oh no, we want to go to Coatl Station. This... so, yeah, we've emerged... Oh, that's right then, that's alright. We're okay. Who's that? Smugglers. Delivering recreational drugs to Coatl. Let them do their trading. Right, well, we've got no repairs to do on the ships. Let's just have a little look at ourselves in the dockyard. We've got no suspicion here. We have got access to some ranks of hegemony military stuff, but not Gorse cannons, which is a shame. Or Hephaestus assault guns. Stop drooling over lovely stuff. Let's have a quick look at some of the mod specs. We've got hardened shields. Reduce the amount of damage taken by shields by 20% and reduce the chance they'll be pierced by EMP arcs. That's very nice for a shield heavy ship. Expensive, but very nice. At least there's no tax on it. Makeshift shield generator. At some point there will be a build where makeshift shield generator is like the greatest thing in the world, but every time I see it I'm just like, ugh. Right, we've nearly finished ads. We need fuel badly as well. What's the fuel price here? Yeah, not terrible, but not brilliant. Although there's probably systems around here actually. Oh yeah, putting a makeshift shield generator on the Buffalo, so it's at least got a shield. It's got a 90-degree arc, I suppose, but then the Buffalo's even slower. Thing with the makeshift shield generator is it keeps showing up and it's cheap, so I'm also partially tempted to buy it so I can just look at it and go, yeah, I've got that, that's fine, and when I need it, it's there. Because the one day that I'm like, actually this would be quite a cool cheeky build, I'll be like, oh man, I never bought it and now I can't remember where it was. I like stabilised shields. See, you know this game so well, inside and out. It's absolutely savage. Like, how long have you been playing this, Karma? Because I know it's been in, I won't say early access, it's been in development, playable development for so many years. You must have put thousands of hours into this to be where you are. So hardened shields is potentially great. I like hardened shields a lot. I also like stabilised shields. And the makeshift shield generator is okay. I think what we'll do is we'll see what Caliban's got for us, right? We've got no black market suspicion, and we're not carrying any black market goods from a hegemony point of view. So we could sell some stuff on the black market. Let's have a quick look at... Yeah, transplatonic ore is not one to sell here. It will sell much better in other places. Of course, the Hound and the Cerberus don't have shield generators. Yeah, alright. You've sold me on the makeshift shield generator. I'm going to stop whinging about it because I own it. I like the stabilised shields. We're having that as well. I also really like hardened shields, but let's see what Caliban has for us. Well, yeah, yes, I take that point as well. It doesn't mean it's a good tactic. It's just something that you often see on builds used by pirate factions. Yes, good point. I hear the word pirates. I've been prepping for an RPG I'm going to run, which is like a 17th century Europe pirate roleplay game. So I hear the word pirate at the moment and go, pirate equals cool. I will do that. I am very, very easily swayed on the pirate theme right now, but we're talking about space pirates, and space pirates aren't necessarily the cleverest. Right, if we went black market and we sold all of these, actually we've got enough to make a decent chunk of scratch. So let's do that. We've got medium suspicion now, we're okay. A couple more mod specs. The mod specs almost feel like a bit of a roguelike part of this game. So if I step into the wrong fight and I get my entire fleet wiped out, and you know, alright, I could reload a save and all the rest of it, but if I'm not save scumming, did Chico buy metals like way better? Shitting hell. You're absolutely right. So the thing is, Karma, I look at metals, and for the amount of space they take, the profit on them is so little that I always just dump them at whatever station I'm at, so I've got more cargo space for other stuff. Because even at 28 per unit, or 24 per unit as we can sell them for at Chico, it's like, yeah, but we would have made best part of 10 or 11 credits more, which would have given us another 4k. So actually, we'd have almost doubled our money. So you're completely right. We are throwing money out the airlock. I'm trying not to micromanage and spend all day trading individual bits, but at the same time, I don't want to be doing stupid stuff, which that was. Right. What was I doing? Stuff. I was doing stuff. We're going to go and talk to Caliban. Then we're going to see what Caliban offers us. Then we'll make some other decisions. Ooh, before that... Oh no, we've spoken to him now. We'll have a look. There's an officer there we can look at as well. Not that I want too many more officers, because we're starting to rack up the monthly bills, but as long as we're earning money, we're okay. You see, that's one of the subtleties of Starsector that I really like, but I haven't got my head around yet. I still think about Starsector in almost an Elite Dangerous kind of way, where it's not completely true of Elite Dangerous, but where systems tend to be simpler. So if something sells pretty well in a system, the individual station just doesn't make much difference. It's just like, whereas in Starsector, the colony it's on, the system it's on, the planet it's associated with, and potentially the faction, you've got different economies within a system, which most space simulators tend to dumb that down a bit and say, well, you've jumped into X system, buy and sell here, do 20 jumps, and then it'll be profitable. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. A little bit less than consumer price. Got any word for me, Caliban? Caliban looks thoughtful. Give me a moment. Some new targets have come up on the docket, he says with a sigh. With a sigh? If you took a contract to handle one of these bounties, it might just get the brass off my case. Fleet Intel has requested discrete deployment of an observation package to Madeira orbit. You could fulfill the mission parameters, so we know what that's about, but I don't know how challenging Madeira is, and that's the list. So we've got some bounties, and we've got deploying an observation docket. So let's have a look at the bounties. And if I remember rightly, we can look at each of these before choosing our target, can't we? So let's look at the challenging target first. Let's go for the big boy. Oof. This one is a piece of work. Perfect. It's that kind of thinking I need to get my head around, Karma. That's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, once you've done a whole load of, whether it's combat, deliberate salvage, whatever, get to a heavy industry colony, because they will buy the metal for more money, and then you can get the cheap supplies and the other things that you might need as well. Yeah, perfect. And presumably, I know some of that information about the core worlds, and I will learn some of that information about the fringe worlds that are like the fringe systems that have got habitable worlds and stations as I go. Is that kept? Is that sort of vaguely static? Like a world that does this will stay that way? Okay, and so are they pretty presumably all core then? If there's only a few industry colonies per faction, they're mostly in the core worlds. Right, so this one's a piece of work. He brings up a case file. Luddic Path operative, connected to a few bombings, piracy, the usual. He's hiding out in the Beta Kigameng system. That's 13 light-year hop. Manageable. Few of the local syndics have pitched in, so the job reward is 120,000 credits. You have 120 days to take him out. Right, so he's got couple of overdriven Sunders. He's got a Buffalo Mark II and a fleet of brawlers, along with a Pather modified Colossus. Yeah, so as I understood it, the core worlds are always static, but then it's the fringe worlds that are procedurally generated each run. Well, not each run, each playthrough. But presumably, because there are no factions outside the core worlds, don't yay or nay this if I'm missing an important story point. But as far as I am aware at the moment, with no other factions outside the core worlds, there aren't any other big like industry planets for other factions knocking around hiding in space. Or maybe there's big industry pirate bases. Maybe I need to learn some more. He's got some beefy stuff there, but I think we can take it. But there could be upwards of 10 other ships of lesser significance, so there's a chance of a heck of a swamping. He's not got one great big thing. The Sunders could be a bit of a beast. I remember the Sunders. So the Sunders are energy weapon ships that can briefly boost their high energy focus to give themselves like huge damage output. But for 120k, that doesn't look as dangerous a fleet as I expected. Yeah, it depends, you know, I don't know. He's not got a lot of demods on these, so the brawlers can presumably brawl. The Buffalo doesn't stress me massively, but I don't know what the Pather freight is like, and I think the two Sunders could eat a lot of our fleet before we finished them off. Let's just ask about one of the other targets. I mean, if that's 120k, what's he offering for 78? Because 78 we should be able to just walk over, although 78's a long way away. Yeah, I mean, 78k for one of these, presumably. Yeah, that's sort of what I thought, Karma. My very limited experience of being out on the fringe is that there's not a lot. Look, I could completely frozen it on the screen. It's like my brain just farted. There's not a lot of inhabited sort of systems. It's not like the rest of the galaxy has its own trade. Like you know, every system has at least one trade hub in it, and they all link to others. The core world is kind of your key trading, and everything else is exploration and discovery and combat and bounty hunting. It looks like the way this works, and it would make sense with the way they offer ships and stuff, is that because he's a contact, I'm getting way more credits than I would for an equivalent bounty, because that looks like an absolute waste of my time. Not waste of my time, it's 78,000 credits, but it looks extremely easy other than being very far away. I think we can do the challenging target, which is famous last words. So if we look at the challenging target, he is actually within our current fuel range. We'd only have to double our fuel to quite happily make it there and back. Oh, I like the idea of decivilized planets. I'm a very decivilized person myself. This looks like it's going to be a beast of a fight. It's got big potential payout for somewhere that is only 19 days away. Might pull ourselves a Sunder or two out of it. We may be able to pull out a Pather modified freighter. Pretty tempted to take that. I think that could be fun. When I say pretty tempted, we've taken it. I'm not particularly interested in deploying a thingy package. Presumably, if I don't finish these within the target time he gives me, I lose reputation with him in the hegemony for, you know, rather than just accepting all the quests and then letting them expire if I can't be bothered. You know, you need to sort of pick and choose a little bit. Oh, amazing. So you're fighting savages to maintain control of the planet. That's absolutely epic. Love it. Thank you, Karma. Right, let's have a look at Rich Haze. And I would say standard rules. Anyone who's new in the channel, if you're following, you can name our ship captains. You can also name our ships if you want. Followers can name ship captains and ships. If nobody who is following or wishes to follow and rename Rich Hayes, if we took him, I'm taking him. We're renaming him Purple Haze, or maybe just Rich Purple Haze. But that's just me. Right, show me what you can do, Rich. So Rich has got ordnance expertise. So on his... See, ordnance expertise I do like. I know it's nerfed from what it used to be, but I still like it. It's better if you can elite it. Can you elite skills on hired captains, Karma? Or is that only for your personal character? Either way, I like ordnance expertise, but I like it more if we can story point it. And he's steady, so he likes a balanced approach. So he may not be a bad person to stick in the battleship. How much does he want? 2,000 credits now, 900 a month. Seems pretty reasonable. Oh yeah. I was assuming you'd have to pay a story point to make him elite, and I know you can't just give. I know you can only give them 5 skills unless you take another skill that lets them have more skills, and you can't elite all of them. But we're going to take on Rich Purple Haze. We're going to have a quick look at our fleet. So at the moment, we've got Dysnomia Robles, who has... That's not what I'm looking at all. Oh, I see. That's like my colony screen. Okay. Let's follow look at my fleet view. Dysnomia Robles. Less damage taken by shields. 25% active flux generated by phase cloak. Oh, the phase cloak thing's irrelevant. Of course, so we've got extra damage to cruisers and capital ships coming out of the battleship. But it tends to get swamped by much smaller things because it's slower and they can stay out of its range. So maybe we stick Purple Haze in there, because we've got a lot of OP spent on weapons. And we put Dysnomia into something else. Again, these names are not set in stone, although I'm giving people 2 minutes before I rename Rich. You can still give Rich a different first name, but make skills elite. Oh, can I not? Do I have to delete a bit by bit? Okay. Or was it? It was Haze like that, wasn't it? So we shove Rich in there. Dysnomia is set to do beefy damage to bigger targets. So we could do with her on a moderate ship that's going to survive. Maybe on here. Don't worry, Tin Mass, you just missed us face rolling pirates and then talking stuff. Not sure yet, Karma, in terms of how late I'm streaming. Probably not a super late one tonight, because, you know, Monday, early week. I'm still jiggling and juggling around in my head the way we're going to do these streams, and I'll be interested. I'll post it on the Discord. I'm going to open up a bit of a poll or something on the Discord about it, because I know that everyone's in different time zones, and particularly when we're streaming Starsector, I don't want to be streaming at a time when you are not, when it's not easy for you to be around. So if there's an easier time slot for you, We might think about when we stream Starsector. Right at the start of the stream I was talking about whether we do sort of more consistent games. So we have almost a Starsector week where we do lots and lots of Starsector, and we don't keep having a week's break and coming back and going, what were we doing? But then we have a week of playing something else, and that's how we do the variety stream angle. And the reason it's a variety stream is not because I think that is a more successful way to run a stream, or I want to be a variety streamer. I'm just not capable of playing one game all the time, all day, every day. I am entirely bipolar in my game choices and in my life. So, you know, I need to sort of phase out of a game and play something else to reset my head and then get excited to play the same game again. Otherwise, I just burn out on stuff. So there will always be a flux in the types of games that we play. But I would like some consistency week by week. But we'll definitely... Shannon Cannon. So that was the Dysnomia Robles lady, wasn't it? Is that not him? That's the hegemony officer. Where's she? Oh, I haven't put her in anything yet. Right, so what do we think? So Shannon Cannon. I was thinking Shannon Cannon could go in here. Because it's a bit of a beef ship. The one in orange with ordnance expertise. Oh, sorry, this dude. I take your point, but and you know, chat is definitely heavily involved in naming characters and ships, but I find it difficult to remove a Hendrix reference from the game. I really do. Maybe our next hegemony officer will be Shannon Cannon, but he just came too perfectly. That surname is amazing. We need to put Dysnomia somewhere. So Dysnomia we need to put on a ship where... and I'm quite happy to rename her Shannon Cannon, which I also think is a good name, although she is not a hegemony officer, I don't believe. She needs to go on something that is going to be doing damage to capitals and cruisers. Which, to be fair, could be this, but also I think might work well here. This guy's got target analysis, which is... that's the same. Yeah, so actually it doesn't matter. And then she's got field modulation, so it'd be less damage taken by shields. Well, that's not so bad. I know, but the role player in me likes the fact that his name was already Hayes. It's like, well, that's... ironically, that is now canon, but not Shannon Cannon. But his name was already Hayes, and that's how he got his nickname. Although I'd happily change his first name if chat would have changed his first name. We can't find out where we got her from, can we? We might as well put her on there because at least she gets more effective shields. But I don't know how the AI flies that ship, whether they use the shields heavily or not. Still, we want it to survive, so I'm happy with that. So let's put Lieutenant Friendly into something else. We need to fit out the new Cerberus, the pirate Cerberus. We also need to have a quick look at the Hound, but we're not going to spend a long time in these fitting windows again. Right. I do like the Hounds. The Hounds are pretty beastly. Actually, what's this got on it? Let's pop Friendly in there just for a second, and then let's go and have a look at refit. Two things. Let's have a look at guns. So we've got medium pilum. We're still looking for long-range pilums. Never forget. We are looking for long-range pillums. And we've got hardened shields as a potential mod spec. And we've taken on 120 grand things, so stuff it, we're having that. Why buy stuff if you can't buy stuff? Storm Needler. That just looks like a thumper on steroids, that's amazing. How much is that? 7,800. I sort of want a Storm Needler for the right ship. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got a couple of Gauss cannons. Yeah, it was the medium flat cannons we had on this, because those are obviously big boys. Those are all mediums, as are these. It's large laser weapons is the thing we're missing at the moment. And the other large pilum. Although we've got the large locust, which actually I suspect did pretty good work in that last fight. Okay, cool, right. What is the auto fit suggesting here? Railguns, Vulcan cannons. They do like Vulcan cannons on these. So assault chain gun, and then just dual light machine guns and some point defense Vulcan cannons. It was hardly very exciting, but it didn't cost us anything. At least we've got guns on it now. We'll maybe come back to that. Right. I know we're building up our black market suspicion really badly here, but I want that. Yeah, I'm good with everything else. So fuel is what we need. So Nachiketa. They've got an excess stockpile, which means they can be bought for 14 credits per unit, which is significantly less. It would cost us 60 fuel to get there though. So the difference in 60 fuel we'd be saving... Although we're sort of flying out that way anyway, aren't we? If we look at our intel screen. So if we went for the Patha bounty out here, we could fly through Narakara anyway, dock at Nachiketa and buy our fuel there. So that's pretty good. I'm learning. It was bound to happen one day. So in terms of supplies... Right, so Chico, we can get cheap supplies at Chico. We're not buying supplies here. Chico's a very good place to get cheap supplies. Okay, look at me, I'm learning. Right, so we'll head up Chico, we'll buy supplies, we'll hit up Naraka on the way out and go to Nachiketa, we will pick up fuel, and then we're going to go and hunt this bounty boy. Let's do it. Scan away, my friend. Scan away. I know. You've got to look after your system, boys. Thank you very much, love. I like the stuff we've got from space derelicts. Right, so we're buying supplies from Chico. We don't need a massive amount of supplies. But, you know, another 100. We've already... mind you, actually, before we do that, we have no black market suspicion at Chico because it's a different station. So we buy 100 supplies from Chico. Cheaper. Gives us minimal suspicion. Then we go to Naraka. Jump to hyperspace. Ping off the transponder. We're going to buy fuel from here, plenty enough to get us there and back. Right, let's go and see what we can buy. Fuel, cheap as, no black market suspicion. Right, what do we need? Let's have a look. So we're going for bounty on the Pather, which is... he's in the star, he's in Beta Kigameg. Oh, it's got a black hole, awesome. So we need 254 fuel to get out there, so like 500 to get out there and back. And we're currently on about 300. If we went black market and bought like 1,000 fuel from the black market, that's going to max us on fuel. We don't want that, because we need to be able to loot a bit of fuel as well. Right, gives us a medium level of suspicion. We've bought, but we're now fueled up and tooled up. Like, look at our range now. We can cover the whole galaxy pretty much in a one-way trip. And we're going to go B to Kigameng. And before we do, we're just going to save the game. I'm going to save everybody their goose eggs. Nobody needs to be spending for the goose eggs to remind me. Scan away, please. Doing your job, Hegemony, I respect you. I have black market suspicion, but I've just got one of those faces. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have helped the hegemony on many an occasion. You guys love me. I have a vague plan. Woohoo! No thank you. A little derelict going on up here. Or somewhat good, I thought. Oh no, it's a fleet. It's a fleet. I got distracted. Yeah, this could well happen. The other thing is, like, I could just get nuked, Tin Mass, and they could destroy my tanker, but not some of my heavier ships, and we could end up utterly stranded. I have yet to be stranded, but tonight is a good night for it. Who knows where we could go? I've got a bit of a wild and crazy plan for the Friday night random stream. And I've not quite got it straightened out in my head yet, but I'm considering a few things. And so we'll see where we get to with it, but it may be a bit of a different flavour for things. I don't know. I'm going to think about a few things and have a look at a few streaming options. So this week's Friday stream would be something random. We would definitely be doing Saturday, Sunday morning chill RimWorld, because those have just been tremendous fun streams. But I want to find a way to do more Starsector per week than 3 hours of Starsector followed by an hour and a half of what were we doing last week, followed by an hour and a half of Starsector. But we've done more. We finished the quest off last week. We got the Executor, and that took us 3 hours. We then fitted it for a bit. We talked about stuff for a bit, and we were pretty much done. We've taken a pirate down tonight, made a bit of profit, spent all that profit, and now we're taking another one down. This is going to be a big fight as well. This one's going to be... I'm not entirely sure how this one's going to go, and the fleet may not look the same by the end of this fight at all. Oh, I thought we'd managed to slow for that. That's a shame. There's the black hole, boys. Right, so we know he's in this system, but we don't know where. Beta Kigameng. Right, we're in system. We've got 89 days left. He's in the star system. That's all we know. Yeah, I mean, we fly around, we active scan. Unless they're really afraid of our fleet, which, why would they be? We're lovely, happy people. Oh, look at that. We've got new data on all of the planets in this system. We've discovered. So where are we? We've got some unsurveyed worlds. We've got the black hole in the middle, which is badass. Got a stable location. Okay. Let's whack our transponder on. Let's make ourselves as big as possible. Well, actually, we're in a nebula at the moment, so we're pretty sneaky. Which we don't necessarily want to be. You know, let's sustained burn. Oh, okay. Yes, of course, we're dealing with a Patha scum terrorist, aren't we? So maybe we don't want to be flying around making ourselves look big. Oh, yep, oh, yep, there he is, there's the boy. That is a big fleet. That is a big fleet of stuff. Ooh, Gremlin phase ship. Now, if we could get the Gremlin, we have a pilot who has some phase bonuses. I saved. technically I saved before I left the last system, but I did save after I'd bought all my fuel and stuff. This one's going to be messy. Right. Oh, it's always nice when it says you're going to get 46% more XP due to the overall battle difficulty. The redeem has not... Oh, I didn't respond to the redeem because I already saved it. I saved after Tin Mass's ended up stranded message, which was about when we saved. We left and saved, and I said, no need to waste your goose eggs or spend your goose eggs because I have saved, I have remembered. That was when we saved. Ah! The redeems I need to mess around with my alerts so the redeems come up with a noise, because it didn't ping a noise. Right, well I apologise for that. I'll save after this karma because it's going to be fine. Right, everything's going in. There's not a ship that we're not deploying for this. And I still feel we are painfully underrepresented all of a sudden. Here we go. I don't want to upset you, buddy. I don't want to upset you. I sort of forget that we have significantly fewer ships than we had previously. No, don't do that. So annoying. I need to fiddle with my control system again. I wonder if I've had another Java update or something, because this is... It keeps changing my thing. Right, let's... I'm really keen. There we go. I'm really keen to get rid of these two as quickly as possible. Oh, that took a little bit longer to get up than I thought. Right, we know buffaloes ain't shit, so that's fine. Right, where are we at? Where are we at? So we've got a couple down here, that's fine. We're up here. We've got rid of both the laser boats, which is nice. So all we've got the brawlers and the frigate to do that. Right, so we've got brawler here. Look at these, look at these. They all want the battleship. They want it so badly. Come on, boys. Right, we're cleaning house around. Oh god, everything's dead up there. Oh, mind you, we've lost most things as well. Okay. Not quite as certain as it was looking a few minutes ago. Let's take out a few. See if we can just scratch this drone tender, because these drones are annoying. Right, he's drawing me out, he's drawing me out. Not up for it. Come on, brawler, we got you. I mean, they're largely retreating. The Executor is doing work here. Whoa! I think we damaged his engines. I'm not sure where I'm getting that impression from, but I really do think we did. Right, so we've got the Brawler and the Drone Tender up here and the Brawler down here. Well, I'm not worried about the Brawler behind him, so let's go and apply a bit of pressure. Although, if we stick together... Get him done. Look at him running. Chicken. Well, the fleet's definitely going to look very, very different at this point. Two great big slow boat beasties. But the battleship's taken next to no damage. Just tanked it right out in the middle. That's all of them gone. Well, I'm saying we won the day. And yet again, I'm starting to feel a very... Oh no, there's one of them left down here. I'm starting to feel a very erotic affinity for the Manticore. I love that ship, it's amazing. You got a Brawler left, you little cheekers. You better run. We almost had him. Right, so we lost most things. Oh man, they saved the freighter, they saved the phaser, the strike frigate, the phase frigate, they saved a couple of damaged brawlers. The drone tenders are a faff, so if we were to give chase here, we've still got the Enforcer, we've still got the Buffalo, we've still got the Manticore, our drone tender and the battleship. So whether we could chase them is vaguely debatable, but they're pretty knackered. I think we pursue them. I think we attempt to engage them. We try and ignore the smaller stuff and see if we can. I'd like the phase frigate, but I want to. We haven't popped his freighter yet, so presumably we don't get the bounty on him. Sorry, camera. I thought I was, but I must have been too zoomed in. I thought I'd scrolled sort of all the way, and I couldn't see any sort of arrows off the side. I'm used to the main battle map having an arrow off the side saying this is where the people are, but the overview map doesn't, because you can zoom out and drag around and all the rest. Right. Right, this one with... Ooh, right, we've got sensor jammer probes and all sorts here. And we are coming in at full speed. Oh, we were. Ah, the stupid controls have changed again. I'm going to have to... As soon as this finishes, I'm fiddling with that. Right. Come on, freighter. We need his freighter done, if nothing else. I want everything here on his freighter. And I know that's not the best tactical decision because... But if we can get anything to slow him down... Because I'm not sure we finish the bounty if he gets away. And he's pretty nerfed, although he's no slower than we are. Like, with this ship, we're not going to get him, because he's just going to get to the edge of the map. Right, let's have a look at the whole map. He's got a long way to go still. We've only got slow ship. Ah, excellent, excellent. We've got him. We've got him. He's shielded up. That cost him. We're slowly closing while he keeps his shields up. Go. Oh, I see. It's the same weapons and stuff as we had from last. Like, obviously, you don't get missile reloads. Why would you? So we've now spent all our missiles. Damn it. Take that, pirate scum. Retreating enemy forces were able to disengage, but not without taking losses. Your forces were able to recover some combat readiness as they controlled the battle space, and the engagement was limited. After battle, 75 crew and no marines were rescued from life pods and intact compartments in the wrecks. We lost approximately 130. I didn't actually look at that before I got too bloodthirsty to go and try and finish him. Mr. 5x5x5, thank you very much. That is really useful to know. It is good to have another Starsector veteran amongst us. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for posting. If you want to name a member of the crew, or you want to name a ship, if we're going to have any ships left after this, you are entirely welcome. Right, let's see where we are. So these are our ships. So we've got Hound with a single demod. We've got lasting damage of increased maintenance. Okay. Now, what did we say? We said we wanted a Sunder. However, it's a story point for a Sunder with all the demods. That's a diplomatic way to put it, Karma. I like it. The auto-resolve is guaranteed basic competence. The one thing you are guaranteed when I play is a lack of basic competence. But we'll get there. I think we fought better tonight than on previous occasions. I've yet to lose my Manticore through significant piloting error, and we've got a few decent kills. I'm starting to feel I'm getting the hang of that particular ship and build. But you're right, that is very tricky to catch up properly, engage, stop them, take some ships out. So yes, that might have been the better way to do it. I'm aware of your ability to be diplomatic, my friend. The thing I love about you, Karma, is you give good advice, and when I need a little bit of slapping to remind myself to listen to certain bits you've said, it needs to be there, and you know, you don't shy away from it. I love it. It's the best way to be. But you're right, absolutely right. I quite fancied a Sunder, but this thing is balked. So the peak performance is ruined. Maximum crew is half. It's more expensive to jump, or it's more fuel consumption to jump. Sensor strength I'm not too fussed about, but the hull integrity is like a third down. And the shield flux per damage is up a little bit. It's not the most exciting option. I don't care about a kite. Yeah, the problem one of the problems we had there was we had nothing left that was under destroyer size, I don't think. Oh, did we have a drone tender left and maybe one Hound? I'm not sure, but yeah, we weren't in a good place after the fight. It was always going to be a tough fight, but I was happy to take it. That's a good point, actually, Karma. You know, you psych yourself up for the big fights and you do them, and then just chasing after the odd straggler here or there makes it feel like a bit of an anticlimax. And, yeah, much quicker as well. How long have you been playing Mr. 5x5x5 in the pipe? Obviously, I have not been playing very long, and I've been playing pretty much all of my stuff on stream as well, so it's kind of limited. But you see, there's a man who knows the game. Well, Karma is absolutely our resident expert and has been guiding me through with fantastic advice and teaching myself and Tin Mass and a few of the other guys in chat, Dragon Guy who's knocking around. But we have got some Starsector sort of chat page or chat rooms on the Discord channel where we've got a mix of people who've picked the game up very recently and a mix of people who are much more experienced. And if you fancied joining it and giving us the benefit of your experience, it would be much appreciated, although there is obviously no pressure whatsoever. But yeah, we talk quite a bit of Starsector there. It's quietened down this week, but I found it really useful just to listen to other people's playthroughs, especially Tin Mass, Dragon Guy, and like Illidim was on there the last week, just asking some questions about this and this, or showing things they've done, and I find that some really, really good learning on there. But yeah, if you love a new Discord buddy, there's a link down at the bottom of the page for the Discord, somewhere in the channel about section, so do feel free. Right, I need to make some choices here. I mean, I don't want to lose any of my ships really, especially not those, unless we've picked up horrific demods, but we're getting into a position where we're likely to be able to fix some of those demods anyway. Now this is what this channel and what the Discord absolutely needed. It's someone who knows what they're talking about, for Karma to bounce ideas off, because poor Karma has been at the top of the Starsector tree for so long, teaching us noobs and getting us better and keeping our love of the game flowing. But you've been out there as like the lone voice, so to have two of you to be able to chat about it is amazing. We may be in ad breaks now. If there's ads, I apologise. I can't stop Twitch running its ads. But you're right, Tin Mass. It does also run on very, very old hardware. What demods we got on these? Yeah, don't care about that, that's fine. Yeah, I want all of those. The Buffalo wasn't mine. I don't want another Buffalo. I don't want a crappy hound, or a Wayfarer. So the only question is, do I want a completely glitched out Sunder? I think the answer is no. So we're good. We're good. For anyone who doesn't have ads, we're going to chill out. We're going to just wind it down a little bit. We're going to crack a little Monday night beer. And until the ads have finished rolling, I'm just going to leave it going. But those are the ships. I'm going to recover pretty much all the ships I lost. I also lost a kite in there. I'm not spending a story point on a kite. That can go. I've got a Buffalo Mark II already, and this one's got 5 demods on it. I've got a number of hounds. I don't need another 5 demod hound, or 5 demod hound, or a 5 demod Wayfarer. And it's the kite D. That is ours. It's the Paws Judgment, but it's not a good one. I also don't think the Sunder's worth taking, because the Sunder is very heavily demodded in some slightly annoying areas. That peak performance is really, really compromised, and a lot of the other compromises on there aren't great. See, we've got people in chat now who are name dropping devs. This is where the hardcore elite come to hang out, my friends, because what is more hardcore Starsector than watching me fumble around and go, I want to fight, yay! And you know, when I say I want to fight, alright, yeah, sorry, we've got 570 supplies available. I thought, just for a minute, I thought we were going to bankrupt ourselves recovering our own ships, but see, the one thing I've not touched yet is I've not touched the colony stuff. The one thing. There's hundreds of things in the game I've not touched yet, but I haven't yet touched the colony stuff, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. So that will be very, very interesting. Right, we're going for recovery. Okay, so we've salvaged about 4,000 from the wreckage. We're going to pick through. We've got a number of weapons out of that, which is nice. We've got a lot of steel out of it. Metals, sorry. And we've got some supplies, which is good because we're going to need them while we rep ourselves up. And more importantly, ooh, officer promotion candidate. Very nice. And we've gained 120k. That's the first time I've ever got over 200k. Well done us. So we want to have a look at the fleet, because we have, right, we got 4 officers. Oh, I'm moving people around ships here by accident. I thought, I'll stop doing that. I've clicked on the wrong screen, boys. This happens. Right, swap again. You were fine in there. We liked you in that. Oh, Liam's moved. Liam's moved because his hound died and we never recovered it. Oh no, maybe because we swapped. Yes, because we swapped. That's why. That's why. Right, nobody has a level up yet, but we've got some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling exactly the same. Is Mr. 5x5x5. A bit like Tin Mass, and I think my playthrough is probably slower. It's definitely slower. So Tin Mass and Dragon Guide both picked up the game after watching me stream it for a little bit, and they've both done way more in the game than I've ever done because I mainly only play it on stream. But I quite enjoy that. I'm really liking the fact that I'm kind of taking my time. Karma tells me I'm taking more of my time than a lot of the other streamers do. I like doing silly roleplay voices. I like actually reading the text because I think the lore in the game is so good. So much time and love has gone into these little bits of lore. We've just finished doing in the last stream all of the Luddic Path temples, and each of those was so different and so cool that I'm not sure that everybody takes the sort of thrill a minute blowing spaceships up from the stream that you get from the likes of of Quist and the guys who really know what they're doing. But I enjoy the game a lot, and at my own pace, so it's been good. Right, we've got a lot of repairs to do. We're using 37 supplies per day right now. That's fine. What have we got in this system? So potentially a Pather base somewhere that we don't really want to trip across is the big news. No, so we finished Luddic, and I got a bit confused by this actually, because at the end of the last stream we finished the Luddic shrines, the Luddic Path, which was like, where have we got? Wasn't it? Oh, it's fallen off here now. But we finished them, and then we got to go to a landing pad somewhere, and we went to a landing pad and we talked to some people. Ah, this is where... Right, officer promotion candidate. These are missions. But yeah, we went and did it. Oh, see, this is the thing, right? So, a bit like I'm doing this with RimWorld. So I'm playing RimWorld on a Saturday, Sunday morning because I've always wanted to play RimWorld on stream, and a few of my, well, what were regular viewers, Trainar and the people who've been with me right from the beginning, kept banging on, please play RimWorld on stream. So I said, right, we'll put some time aside. And I thought Saturday, Sunday morning we'll go with quiet, chill RimWorld. And I've enjoyed that for sort of exactly the same reason, in that I feed the dogs in the morning and I get straight on stream. So the first half hour is me with a cup of tea, bleary-eyed, not entertaining, not waving my arms and doing the goose thing, but just being like, right, we're going to play some RimWorld. What the hell am I doing? It's Saturday at 7 a.m. But RimWorld lends itself to that, because you set your pawns up to do what they're going to do, and you hit the button and you sit there and just go, they've thrown up on the floor. Oh no, we're being raided. And then suddenly by 11 o'clock in the morning, you're like, right, we're being attacked from 3 different sides. These wild beasts are going nuts, and you've sort of woken up naturally on stream. And I've spent at least one stream where all I've done... Oh, thank you for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. It makes a big difference, and we're one follow away now from the 80 follower target. You know, we're growing slowly. It's great. And I love having more people who pop by. I stream because I like talking to people while I play games. And I know I'm not always the best at reading chat, Karma, when I'm focused, but I love the fact that everybody's here and we can chat about stuff. You know, like the RimWorld streams on a Saturday, we spent near like 40 minutes or something Saturday before last talking about favourite foods and other nonsense. It was brilliant while the game sort of runs in the background. So it's great to have you on board. I absolutely love my little Twitch community. You are the best of people. But I think that having people on to sort of talk to and to interact with is the absolute best. It's sort of what keeps me going in doing this. So the officer promotion candidate is an opportunity. It's an important... It wasn't one of my officers that got promoted. It's that there are 2 officers. So a junior officer, Dudley Cleopatra, what a name. Starsector does not disappoint with its captain names. Dudley Cleopatra has distinguished himself recently. He sounds like a really bad rapper. He's worthy of consideration for the command of a ship. He's got ordnance expertise, which we know ordnance expertise is not what it once was, and he's steady. In combat, he'll favour blah, blah, blah. So he's basically exactly the same as the guy we just paid a fortune for. So we can promote... So these are crew members within our own crew who have distinguished themselves. We can promote them to ship command. It requires a story point, but grants us bonus experience. And we've got a load of story points. And presumably, do they then add to the cost of the fleet? Or are officer promotions from within the fleet, do they not have a monthly salary? Is this like a jump on this when you've got the story points available because you're getting free ship captains? So we've got a reckless person with ordnance expertise and a steady person with ordnance expertise, but we've only got 4 out of 8 officers, so we could manage a couple more. We'd be pretty heavy on ordnance expertise with only 2 more spots for officers, but I might promote once. Right, thank you, Tin Mass. See, this is what happens when I only play on stream. Tin Mass already outstrips me in his grand knowledge of how Starsector works. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Karma. Well, I think we're going to hire one of them, but we're not going to hire them both. I'm not sure I want reckless. I like aggressive, but reckless just seems like ships are gonna pop. But then steady seems, I don't know, balanced situation. I think 2 things. 1, Radaphobos is a good name. Dudley Cleopatra is like an S-tier god name. Absolute genius. And what I was saying before I got completely distracted when you followed Mr. 5x5x5 was, yeah, I have also spent at least one stream where all I did was sit in the refit screen and do simulations. And I really enjoyed it. No, I did not. That is really, really useful. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. I've always found that, like, you click deploy all because it then what I've tended to do is click deploy all because it highlights all your deployable ships, and then I click off the ones I don't want. So that's a really good idea. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. We've got a skill build going for recovering our lost ships. See, it's those subtleties that at the moment are completely lost on me. It's like if I do a fight and I don't lose all my ships and we kill their ships and we make some money on it, I'm pretty happy. But actually, you're completely right. So let's take the Reckless Lady, and the reason is because I want to shove her right here into this Enforcer, because if she throws that in the face of the enemy, that's what we've built it to do. No. Never assume it's because I have a particular bias. Always assume it's because I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. Because by default, that will be the truth. That will absolutely be the truth. Right, where are you? Rada Phobos. I'm very, very sorry that we didn't get to take the amazingly named Dudley, whatever his name. Obviously, I've forgotten his name already. Can't be that well named. Right, so what we're saying is we can drag all of our non-combat ships. I see, you pick them up and you put them at the end. This is great. So, what else have we got that is non-combat? We don't want this. Actually, see, I want fat boys in the front. Always fat boys in the front. Wayfarer, where's the... Oh, no, whatever this is. I like the buffalo. Let's have the buffalo up here. Let's have this here. Let's have this here. Then we've got the Hound Army. I like the Salvage King. Now I knew you could spend a story point to mentor them, but I didn't know you could influence their aggressiveness. That's brilliant. Tin Mass, thank you so much. I love it when you're on stream because you protect me by pretending to be as dumb as I am. And we all know you're not. We all know that secretly you know what's going down, but you make me look better by comparison, my friend. I like that. I'm going to keep all my hounds together just because I need to have a vague idea of how many hounds I've got. And I could spend all night just on the fleet organisation screen, but now I get the fat boy in the front. And I know this is dragging me down and it's making me slow and it's costing me supplies. But every time we've had a big fight, it's come down to the end and it's me and the battleship left and we're taking it. And that makes me feel like I'm as good as a battleship. The Buffalo's done surprisingly well, but the reason for that, Karma, is because you helped me fit the Buffalo really, really well. It has. The fit that you helped me build for the Buffalo has turned it from a meme build into something vaguely reasonable. It's done good work for us. Yeah, I mean it's a glass cannon, and it's not like it's a super critical damage output glass cannon. But when we took it, your advice was, if I remember rightly, along the lines of, it's actually a lot better than people think. It's rated as like the worst hull out there. Oh, Trainar made it just after I was talking about how Trainar used to follow the channel and beg me to play RimWorld, and then Trainar stopped watching the channel the moment I started playing RimWorld. But he made it! Trainar, buddy, welcome on in. It's great to see you, my friend. You've made it on in way before the end. Stream is running yet for a good chunk of time. I need a pee break yet. So and we haven't got ads for 45 minutes, so I've timed my pee breaks really badly. I need to start timing them to line up with the ads. I know, buddy, I'm only taking the piss. I'm well aware of where you've been. You've been unable to watch the stream because you've not been within internet range. You've been in fire-powered hot tubs doing all sorts of stuff. But we don't talk about the reason that you're currently under investigation. But no, I appreciate you any time you can make it here, my friend. Yes, please, love. That'd be great. It's an interesting concept in maths. It leads us to like a great philosophical conversation about, I suppose it's not philosophical, it's biological, but if you could stream for 12 hours straight just by shoving on an adult nappy, would you genuinely be capable of letting yourself go on camera? Even if you like pulled the camera out and were like, I'm just going to be back in 2 minutes. I couldn't do it. I swear I couldn't do it. Right, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for forever and a day. Can we not salvage the debris field? Yes, we can. So it's possible to get something. It involves high risk, but I am willing to risk my crew. Ooh, close scan of the debris field reveals several ships that could be restored to basic functionality, including the two Sunders, one of which only has 3D mods. None of them are story pointed, so that's the same Sunder we looked at before. That's all. No, it's not. The peak performance isn't hit the same. Am I right in thinking he only had two Sunders? So Tin Mass, one of the reasons I took this was I quite fancied a Sunder. The wrecks, he only had two Sunders, and the wrecks of the Sunders, neither of them are as badly damaged as the Sunder I was given the option to recover immediately after the fight. Does it re-roll D-mods when they spawn in the debris field, or have they had a chance to try and fix them? We're definitely taking one. So the first one, we're going to lose peak performance time. Fuel capacity is impacted, and a little bit of top speed. That's what I thought, Karma, but the D-mods on both of these are totally different from the one I was given the option to recover for a story point. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not too worried about a ship with a few D-mods on it. What I don't want to do is recover a Sunder that's got so many D-mods that I'm going to have to wait months and months and months to get lucky to get rid of them and all the rest. Were they really? I thought he only had two Sunders. Trainer, my friend! You're too kind. You don't need to be doing that, buddy. We've had a really good bit cheering couple of days. Like yesterday's RimWorld stream, people were throwing bits out left, right and centre. It was insane. Yeah, I was sleepily trying to not make my colonists sick with food poisoning, and that seemed to entertain people. But thank you, my friend. I appreciate you immensely. You are a stunning and wonderful human being. RimWorld is every Saturday and Sunday morning, my friend. I do at least 4 hours. I did 5 hours yesterday morning. I do RimWorld. The chill RimWorld stream is 4 to 5 hours every Saturday and Sunday morning, because my favourite way to wake up on a weekend, it turns out, is just me sitting watching my colonists and then suddenly getting a raid and spiking it and going mad. So yeah, I'm doing on average about 8 to 10 hours of RimWorld on a Saturday and Sunday every weekend now, all before lunchtime. Yeah, I didn't even mention it to you this week because I knew you were out. I knew you were away doing your airsoft, which I need to talk to you about, but that's a separate thing. And obviously Saturday RimWorld didn't happen this week because we had a little RPG group road trip to the UK Games Expo. But normally I've been doing Saturday, Sunday morning RimWorld streams. Because once the dogs are fed, they then sleep until about lunchtime. So I do that, and then if they're going to go back to sleep till lunchtime, I'll do some streaming. So we're taking a Sunday, but this one is a bit more compromised. The other one was not. So I quite fancy this one. That one I can live with. So consider some ship recovery. We're going to have that one. I'm not too bothered about a drone tender. Peak performance is a bit of a kick in the teeth. I don't really care about the sensor profile stuff. Damaged weapon mounts is vaguely annoying. Not yet, Mr. 5x5x5. Oh no, you're wrong. I have done. Yes, I have. I used it for sort of ship refitting. But yes, I hadn't realised that you could use the abandoned stations. Is it free storage? And more importantly, is it like proper? So is it free storage in that you don't have to buy it? But also, do they charge you a monthly fee, or is it properly free storage? Because I could do with storing some ships just in case. Yeah, that's true. The salvage bonus, does that stack? I should read the thing, shouldn't I? I know, Karma, I know exactly what your advice is. It's read the description. And you're not wrong. Because I know they've got the surveying equipment, and they've got the salvage gantry. I have one, but more of that. You did. You absolutely did, Karma. I remember it now. But it was... Wow, no monthly fee. That's what I thought, was it was diminishing returns. And my intention was to get one of the bigger salvage ships, like the destroyer size or whatever. I'm so bad with hull sizes in this game. I'm forgetting at least 10% of everything I know between stream. This is why I was talking at the start of the stream about specialising a bit more week by week. So like Starsector week, where we will stream Starsector 3 to 4 times during the week. And then we'll do like a RimWorld week, and then we'll go back to a Starsector week. Rather than one game of Starsector on a Monday, which is great. I like at the moment that Monday is always Starsector night. But by the same token, I come back into Starsector and I'm like, I learned quite a bit last week, but I don't play it in between, which some people really like. You know, they want this to be my genuine first playthrough, and some people are like, well, if you were playing in between, you'd remember and you'd be applying those. And I can see both sides of the coin. Yeah, so that is absolutely right, but I can't look. Am I right in thinking I can't look at the outfitting screen without coming out of here? Mind you, I could come out of here and then just try and re-salvage, couldn't I? Although I suppose the stuff will drift a bit further apart over time, but not immediately. I know, Karma, I promised a lot of things. Well, there's no way I promised I was going to do Starsector 3 times a week. I suppose I did. I said I was going to do my Monday and Friday stream and try and do a midweek stream where I could. And work has just made that largely impossible. So instead, I added 2 more streams over the weekend. So we're up to 4 streams a week instead of the 2 we were doing. At the moment, those Saturday, Sunday ones are RimWorld, and I'm enjoying that. But you know, I sort of take it as the highest compliment, because I like the fact, like when you first joined the channel, Karma, I was like, there's no way Karma sticks around, because he can't enjoy watching me do this. Like, he knows the game and I'm so bad at it, and doing a few funny accents and playing it badly can't be that entertaining. But actually, you love the game. You know the game much better than me, but you love the game, I think, for the same reasons. Like, you love the lore, and you love the fitting, and you love not downloading mods that let you make crazy ship builds and going and doing mad combat, but playing the game the way it was crafted, which is why I love it. And that's why I think it's wonderful that you're always here giving this feedback. It's absolutely amazing. Like I say, the challenge I have is, I'm never going to be a single game streamer. not because I have any aspirations of making it big on Twitch, but because I am a variety gamer by nature. Regardless of how I stream, I play 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 different games every week because I like new shiny, I like variety, I need to rest my brain between one and the other. That's not to say I haven't got the space in my head to play more than 3 hours of Starsector a week, but if all we did was stream 4 Starsector streams for 3 months in a row, I would burn out on Starsector, and knowing the way I play games, I probably wouldn't come back to it. I would sit and go, that was a game I absolutely loved, but I can't remember why I played it, and therefore I'm just not going to pick it up again. Dragon Man, welcome in, buddy. Where have you been? Oh man, it's good to see you. I've missed you for not only the start of this stream, I missed you yesterday as well. We had some crazy RimWorld yesterday. It was good fun. Oh, Trainer Trainer is throwing games in chat, and I have to check this out. Highfleet. I shouldn't be talking about this. What if I think it's terrible and I'm giving them free publicity? You do realise I could be making £18 a day advertising Raid Shadow Legends to you all right now. See, anything that has a rock paper shotgun review on it, immediately I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is worth listening about. Oh, I have seen this. In fact, I think this game is on my wish list already, Trainer. Yes, it is. Yeah, this game has been on my wish list for quite a long time, actually. I would need to remind myself, but yes, I have it wish listed, therefore I definitely have been looking forward to potentially trying that. Yeah, Tin Mass. All I'm doing is recovering 1 Sunder. We all know it. Why are we messing around? Salvaging effectiveness is only 21%. That seems really unlikely. Well, guess what? We've lost 1 crew and 3 heavy machinery, and yet we gained more than 3 heavy machinery and some stuff. Good for us. Okay, so that's what's left of the oldie pirates. Alrighty. I'm doing really well, thank you, Dragon. It is great to see you, buddy. I'm having a happy beer Monday, which I've been very well behaved. I may not have had a beer since last Wednesday, which was roleplay night. Or maybe I didn't have beer on roleplay night, I can't remember. Maybe I had tea. I haven't had a beer in a long time, so I'm enjoying a beer, which is lovely. Playing a bit of Starsector and thinking about the channel a little bit. We're going to get back to it now. We're going to pick another mission to do, something interesting from our intel, because we've actually got over 200k for the first time ever, and we need to look at our fleet. Our fleet's looking okay, but we've lost a lot of small ships. We've got a number of hounds still, but we have lost a lot of ships, and we need to fit up our Sunder, of course. We need to fit our Sunder. That might cost us a little bit while we're in space, but we'll worry about that. But yeah, I am very, very good. Oh man, that is never good to hear. Thank you, love. Well, I hope it has resolved itself, or at least faded a little into the background, because family drama is never, never good. So, I hope all is alright on your end, my friend. It's always a really, really difficult thing to juggle. And to be fair, you didn't miss too much, although 2 sheep invited themselves into our colony, so we now have 18 goats, some sheep. We've got a mega sloth that crawled into the fence and just decided to never leave. It now just lives with us, even though at any point, if it wanted, it could walk away. So we've been having some fun, but we'll get back to RimWorld on Saturday. It's going a bit wild there. We got ourselves a Masterwork SMG. It's all quite cool. But yes, hopefully everything settles down for you, buddy, because that's not a fun thing to have. But I've been good. I've been talking about how we look at streaming going forwards to do more consistency. So, you know, 1 Starsector stream on a Monday, and with a bit of chat as well. We probably play about an hour and a half of Starsector. We talk about Starsector a lot more than we play it, and then we talk about some other stuff. And then it's a week later, we do a little bit more Starsector, which is why I'm now going to do some Starsector. But I quite like doing some more focused streams. Maybe we do like Monday, Saturday, and then Sunday's RimWorld. I like the Friday as a wild card, and I've got a bit of an idea. That sucks, man. The things that linger, they just, yeah, it's bad times, buddy. I'm thinking of you. You take care of yourself. But I have a little plan for the Friday stream, and I'm not quite sure whether it works yet or not. I'm going to play around with some things in my head, but we're going to do some more Death Road to Canada. Whether we do it on Friday or whether we do it as part of one of the Saturday streams, I'm not sure, because that first run we did I really, really enjoyed, and I want to play some Quasimorph as well. So let's have a look at our intel screen. We have the Galaxy as our oyster in terms of fuel. We have got a bit of cash. We've completed a bounty. We've got a bounty over towards the precipice, which is not that far. I mean, we could easily hit precipice on our way back to the core worlds. Although that is a big bounty, actually. Oh, and look, they've got an executor of their own. That's going to kill us. Very good point. We've never done any exploration, Tin Mass. And in fact, we picked up our own... Look at that, we got a weapons cache 85 days ago near Mizzou, which is on our way home to the core systems. So, while exploring a derelict, we found a partially accessible memory bank containing information indicating a weapon cache is located inside an asteroid belt, some distance away from the centre of the Mizzou star system. I think we should fly to Mizzou and see what's in the weapons cache, because I've never done that, and I've literally no idea what we're going to find. You know, is it a big cache of random OK weapons, or is it the pirate base? There's a pirate base out here. This has... Oh yeah. It's in the Mizzou star system. So there's a pirate base in the Mizzou system, as well as a weapons cache. Right, Karma, you'll have to tell me this. So the exact location here is we have to destroy... The actual thing is we have to destroy the base. Presumably, the base is essentially like a battleship-sized thing, but not necessarily battleship armed. It might just be a blow up a big thing. Because my worry is, like, for 40k, I'm assuming this isn't that hard. I'm assuming that the pirate base is... I'm not asking for like total spoilers, but if I waltz in there, is it going to be like, we attack the pirate base, there's no fleets around, this is great, and then the pirate base just goes, yeah, we have a quadrillion shields and we will just nuke your whole fleet out of space? I can't imagine it would for 40k. That doesn't seem to scale very well, but I think Mizzou is definitely our next destination. Man, managing family drama as the guy in the middle of it is an absolute beast, and as somebody else who would not describe his mental stability as the best in the world, I sympathise enormously. Well, hopefully, buddy, in here you can at least chill out and watch me smash my face against a pirate base, which I'm going to do, because, you know, I could sit here and say, Karma, it's a station like the ones in the core systems. Okay. The combat... I've never even tried to fight a station like the ones in the core systems. I'm not even... Right, I'm not going to ask questions of chat. We're just going to do this and we're going to learn. Is it... Let's find out if it's definitely a combat exercise. If you get on the grid and you pour stuff into the base and blow it up. Yeah. See, that's what I thought, Karma. So the reason I asked that question is I've seen other streamers take on pirate bases. You know, I've watched a lot of Quist streaming. You know, we love Quist in this channel. The fella raids us with fat chunks of people pretty often. He's a lovely guy, and I followed him for a long... Though Trainarm mentioned Starsector to me first, I will never take it out of Trainar's hands. Quist is the guy that sold me on Starsector. I've seen him fight pirate bases, and the way I'm looking at this, why would I do a pirate base for 40k? Because the risk reward here just does not seem worth it to me. When I've just done, okay, not the easiest bounty, but I've just done a bounty for 120k. I know that was for a contact, but we did a bounty for 84k earlier. That's more than twice that, and I didn't have to smash up a base. Well, we could certainly sim the onslaught, couldn't we, and see what we've got against it. I suppose the thing is, if there's no accompanying fleet, I'm thinking of an accompanying fleet. If there's no accompanying fleet and it's just a single target, we can possibly overwhelm it. Can we run a... this is something I have no idea about. Right, two things. We need to fit the Sunder. Before we do anything, whether we're hunting for weapons caches or whatever, we need to fit the Sunder. So that's got a Vulcan cannon. An auto pulsar. Now we've got no large-sized energy fittings whatsoever. Small missiles we've got. I mean, we could match annihilators on it. We're really short of energy weapons. At the moment, the best we could hope to do with the Sunder is basically not take it into combat, but the best we could hope to do is to fit it with point defense weapons and weight. You know, it's not great. Yeah, I certainly don't fear attacking a pirate base, but if I lose 3 ships against the pirate base that aren't worth salvaging, then 40 grand is not worth doing the pirate base for. So if we do a simulation, and I just go, right, deploy all, and we go against, what you're saying, sim the onslaught, which is, see, right, that's the onslaught, or we've got the, so we've got the Aklis or the Wash Me onslaught. Is there a significant... Which is there one that is closer in terms of what we do, or do we just throw an onslaught up? That'll do. Let's throw up an onslaught. Oh right, that didn't work. Can I not sim the whole fleet? Like, so if I choose the opponent first, and then I chuck everything in. Here we go. Right. Oh God, I'm flying the weaponless Sunder. Jesus Christ. Oh, and I didn't change the combat readiness either. I did it at realistic combat. Right. Let's get everybody up to 70% combat readiness. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'm in there. We do all. Oh, also, I'm sitting on the Sunder. Of course I'm flying the Sunder. And the simulation. Yeah, right. Put me in the Manticore. Put me where I'm in my happy place. I want to be in my happy place. Let's throw this bad boy up. Yeah, well, that's the thing. A well-fitted executor could do it, but my executor is garbage. Right, we got a fleet here. I'm not even tactically messing with stuff. Ah, did I forget to? I forgot to reset the combat readiness as well. I just want to test it in a typical environment. Give me 70% combat readiness. Run a simulation with that and that and that. I've not played with the simulator to this effect before, which is, it's nice. No, we're still getting malfunctions due to low combat readiness. Okay. Ugh. Let it do what it wants to do. Oh, I see. Well, I mean, at the moment, yeah, that simulation hasn't worked. It's not in here. Yeah, the big boys at the back tin mass, but we're doing two different sims, and yeah, you do. You keep saying it. I don't know how to do it. I keep thinking I've done it, Karma. That's the only reason I haven't responded to that post. I read it, but I thought I'd done it. I thought what I did was I deployed the opposing ships to the simulation, and then I'd gone on to here, but maybe I need to deploy those. No, because that just deploys this ship. I don't know. So the answer is, I've read your message, I get it, I know I'm not doing it, but I don't understand how I do two different deployments, because whenever I click a button I think should take me forwards, so if I do that, if I then go to this menu, it resets that. So I can deploy either allies or opponents, but I can't do both. Right, so are you saying I need to deploy this first, then hit reinforcements and then go to mine? And add everything else? I get that every time I exit the sim it's like restarting, but I'm interested in this because I want to learn how I do this. What kind of stuff are you speedrunning, Dragon Guy? I want to know this. Right, so if I then do... right, so now I've got everything and there is something at the top for me to deploy. Brilliant. Thanks, Karma. Yeah, I wasn't ignoring you, man. I got your point that I needed to do my deployment separate to theirs, but I couldn't work out the mechanics of how I was supposed to do that. And so I thought you did that before you ran the simulation. So every time I came in and one element was missing, I was starting the simulation again because I thought I'd missed a button or something. So now, presumably, two things are going to happen here. And I know I haven't set the combat readiness right and all the rest of it. I'll change my damn settings because this thing is wrong. Why is this wrong? I thought that was a setting I had on it before. Right. Why is that rotating? Oh, right, well I'm fucked. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we've got no sodding chance. I mean, look at the state of this thing. No. No, I'm not doing that for 40 grand. I know this isn't a pirate base, but we're entirely screwed. My controls are fucked, which is annoying me, but that, you know, that's neither here nor there. Jesus Christ, the way those things hit. To be fair, I've stayed alive, but we've also got crappy combat readiness compared to what we would have. But okay, now. Yeah, okay, back off, damn it, too late. Bye bye ship. Hey! Oh well, we got rid of the onslaught. Out of interest, I'm not sure we lost a ship there. They got very angry at me. Maybe we can take down a pirate base. Maybe we can. Well, in that case, I'm taking 5x5x5's advice. We'll save it and we'll see. I've not got any... I mean, we'll save it now anyway, because we haven't for a while. I've not really got anything I can fit the Sunder with, but I don't think I need to deploy the Sunder either. So, let's just do some cool stuff. We are going to... Wait, there we go. We're going to Mizzou. We're going to try and find the weapons cache. We're going to try and do that first if we can, because maybe we find some weapons we can fit onto our Sunder. And then we're going to find a pirate base and see what happens. Your faith, Sinmas, is about to be rewarded, I am sure. I'm happy to lose a few ships and learn, especially if we can get some fat salvage, because, you know, we are a salvage crew ultimately. That's what we set out to do initially. Oh, we're finally repairing. The supply rate is dropping a little bit. I tell you what, I panicked initially when we did that simulation. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting hammered, this is rubbish, I'm stuffed, forget it. That Manticore held up surprisingly well. I think I'm not saying I'm getting good at flying the Manticore, but I'm getting a hang of the way that ship should work, the way we've built it. I believe we have some bonus experience. So how does the bonus experience work? We've got 74,000 bonus experience. It doubles the experience gained until it's used, and it's acquired by using story points. So yeah, we're double XP almost all the way to max. I see. So when so you spend a story point, it gives you bonus XP, and I have got a great fat chunk of them knocking around. So I've not been deliberately hanging on to story points. I have been mindful not to just spend them to disengage the fleet and disappear, because that doesn't feel very exciting, heroic or roleplay-y. And I've always want a few around in case we're in the middle of a really critical thing and we want to disengage and carry on. But generally speaking, I've just been letting them build up without really thinking about them. Right, so when the bonus XP is disappeared, the story points sort of buy you some. Yeah, well, S-modding is not a bad idea. And if I was going to S-mod anything, this thing is my absolute... And I know it's only a little destroyer. It's my little baby Manticore. It's got some compromised hull, but I freaking love this thing. Like, I enjoyed the Hammerhead when I played it, but I was glad to upgrade. I could happily S-mod this. Now, we don't want to S-mod expanded missile racks because that gives us a penalty because it's a decent mod, but we can S-mod some other stuff. Yeah, I'll think about it. Ooh, okay. So armoured weapon mount. Ooh, yeah, so durability goes up, recoil gets reduced, your armour goes up, decreases the turn rate by 25%, but big deal. But then an extra 10% fire rate if you S-mod it, and then it's just a free... That is a nice one. Yeah. I could take that as advice, Karma. I'm not going to overthink these things. I think we're going to put armoured weapon mounts. Then we're going to build it in. Do we just click build in? Ah, yeah, we click build in and then click armoured weapon mounts. Right. Do that, and then we can put our capacitors back up. So we've got built-in armoured weapon mounts, nice, which puts the armour up even more. And now we've got bonus XP out beyond level 6, which is kinda cool. I sort of did it in space, which was probably not wise. Off the top of my head, the reason I did that... Right, I want to find out what this weird dormant fleet is. So we've got a tiny little remnant fragment, whatever the remnants are, and I have no idea. But we have a fragment. We open a comlink. Ooh, look at that. That's a funky looking AI face. It's like a mid-journey art piece. The comms crackle and whine as the frantic pattern of interweave lines takes shape. Interweaving lines. Query, 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 target. Is Omega? Omega? No. Revert function. Interrupt. Serial. This unit has not cleared your vessel. This unit has not cleared your vessel for approach and will employ the latest Tritachyon defense products to ensure its integrity. Tritachyon Corporation is pleased to wish you a very safe day. Good for you, Tritachyon. I don't think we need to deploy a huge amount of stuff for the sake of that. Thank you, Karma. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate two things. I appreciate you helping me delve into the lore of the game, which I love. And I always forget how many different sources of lore there are. But I also appreciate you throwing your channel points at me so that I don't destroy it in combat and have you go, why didn't you read the chat when you got excited? So thank you. A remnant of the autonomous AI fleet developed by the Tritachyon Corporation, illegal under domain and hegemony law, and an abomination to the Church of Galactic Redemption. The first AI war saw these creations purged from the sector. At least that's how the official histories tell it. So that's it. I mean, it's interesting that... Okay. So Tritachyon dug too far and too deep. Ah, okay. This game's full of layers, man. It really is. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Right. We're going to move in and engage. We need some ships before we do that. No, we don't. We need to move in and engage, and then we need to choose some ships. It's going to be a fast flighty bugger. I think we'll take Liam in the Hound. Oh, okay. That's worth knowing. I should have looked at that when we had the Luddic Path Colossus in front of us. I'm deploying way too much in terms of... yes, the AI wars. I'm deploying more than I need, but any opportunity to fly my Manticore and see what these things can do. Oh! Whoop. What is happening here? Right, thank you. I can't get my head around the controls at the moment. Something's going on. I'm not quite sure what has changed since my Java update, but whatever it is not working for me. Jesus, it's smacking my hand around like something I'm not going to say. There we go. Put the pressure on, boys. Put the pressure on. Ooh, it's phasey as well. Well, now I'm never going to catch it. Yikes. Oh, it's venting, it's venting. We've got a chance. Here we go. Take that, you remnant scum. Oh man, we got quite a decent chunk of salvage from that. For one tiny ship that didn't do a huge amount to us, we got 10 whole things. Should have done that, Karma. You know how excited I get when combat happens. Any excuse to fly my Manticore. We'll find another one of those, and I will pause and read the full codex entry. That is my guarantee to you. Oh. Oh, Pathers. Alright. Let's jump through. Chase the Pathers. Right, we're doing stuff. We are going to... Oh, that's right. We've still got our autopilot set to Mosul. Let's go! So we're going to try and find the weapons cache first. Let us refocus. I'd love to see some examples of the pixel art dragon guy. Are you on the Discord, buddy? If you get on the Discord, I can make a space for, like, sharing creations and stuff. Oh, Timmas. Oh, man. I saw your message just as I let go of S and got bounced way away from that derelict. And then I'm now just a passenger all the way through. Damn it. I'm trying to read chat, respond to chat, and play all at the same time. Yeah, there wasn't anything too sexy left in the bounty fleet, was there, Karma? That's why I didn't chase them. I assumed that was what was left of the bounty fleet, and they were all relatively crappy. Hey, I would like to see some shit drawings. Let's go and whoop, get rid of that. Let's go and speak to the. Let's go and see what the warning beacon has for us first. In Mosul. I told you to turn off. There we go. Yeah, I know, Karma. I get too caught up trying to do. I'm like, oh, I'm in hyperspace now. All is good, but it's not. That's where really interesting stuff happens. I will put a section up on the Discord. We've got one for a number of things. I'll put one up for people's creations and sort of self-promotion-y stuff and whatever. Where people can share whatever they want. And if you want to be on and drop some stuff in there, that would be ace. Right. I can't remember who is and isn't on the Discord at this stage. So access is forbidden by Hegemony Navy Diktat. This is the same as last time. Potentially active autonomous weapon systems, which could be more of our remnant friends. We'll wait for the ads to end. For those that have the ads, we'll dive into the remnant system. Then we'll try and get these things done. See if we can't. I want to find this weapons cache, but then we're going to try and sneak into the pirate base and crush the pirate base. And that, I think, will be our adventures for this evening. But that... Karma, very good point. I would have forgotten that. I will remember, I promise. Again, I think you can hear me, but I'm not sure. I'm not leaving the screen till the ads are finished, because all levels of excitement could happen. I'll tell you what. No, we'll do it. Save game. Done. And we'll breathe out. Right. Let's have a quick look at the system. What? That's... Oh, we didn't get in yet. We read the warning beacon, of course. But we've saved the game. We may as well jump through. We jump to Mizzou. Right, we got a fleet here. Well, we got sensor contact here. So we've got a potential pirate base. We've got a sensor array and a comms relay held by the pirates. A nav buoy held by the pirates. We've got sensor contacts all over the place. A desert world and an inactive gate. Yeah, we're in or we're in. So we know we could skirt up through the asteroid belt. Now the weapons cache is apparently in an asteroid belt, not near the centre of the system. That's the fringe jump point, so we can go and have a quick look and see what this sensor contact is from within the debris field and see if we found the weapons cache. And if we've not, we can scoot around looking for the weapons cache and approach the sensor array, which would let us mess with the pirates. And then presumably the pirate base is maybe here. So I want to know what this sensor blip is. Well, the first thing we're going to do is turn our transponder off, which I had forgotten was on. That's not good. We're going to run dark, because we're big enough as is, but I think this... That's a Tempest frigate. Let's have a quick look. Salvage crews boarding the wreck discover that essential systems are undamaged. The ship could be restored to basic functionality. Interesting. Don't know much about the Tempest. Asymmetric, advanced design from the late expansion epoch, the Tempest is the quintessential attack frigate, fast, deadly and difficult to destroy. That I didn't realise, Karma. So we can salvage them, take the resources and force the pirates to go up and see what we did, and then just sort of sneak away inside the asteroid belt and head back towards Pirate Station. Like it. So we've got erratic fuel injector, defective manufactory and unreliable subsystems. Well, this still seems like an absolute bonus to me. I want this. Yeah, we're definitely having that. Oh, we've got some more wreckage over here. Possible to get something its high... Oh, look at this. We find a functional memory bank. Contains information indicating a weapons cache is located in an asteroid belt in the outer reaches of the Smock star system. So we found yet more useful stuff. We've lost 1 crew and 4 heavy machinery. We haven't gained any heavy machinery back, so we have net lost heavy machinery for the first time in a little while. Now there's something looks relatively static hovering around there, but let's go mess with the sats and see what happens. Also, the weapons cache is rumoured to be inside the asteroid belt, unless I'm very much mistaken. Located inside an asteroid belt, some distance away from the centre of Mizzou. So, we will fly the belts and see if we can find something inside the asteroid belt. That looks promising. Weapons cache, we found it! Yes! Your fleet approaches a weapons cache. These drifting cargo pods give peculiar readings unique to the spacecraft armaments. You receive a preliminary assessment of potential salvage operation from the exploration crews. 160% salvage. Let's see what we get. Oh my god! Heavy burst laser blueprint. So if we... Right. You're absolutely right, Karma. We are low on crew. Tell me about blueprints. So we can learn a blueprint. That's not a mod spec. Does that mean we can build those if we have a colony somewhere that manufactures stuff? We can build anything we have a blueprint for. So like, blueprints are basically cool. Ah, thank you, Tin Mass. Yeah, I thought it was, but that's ace. Ah! Now that I'm going to mess this one up, but Fasteratza, you've just hit the follower goal of 80. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's great to have you on board. Welcome into the chat. Welcome to Amateur Hour Vanilla Starsector. I don't know how many hours into Starsector we are. I'm hindering myself by streaming it once a week alongside other games, and we are going to do some review of that in the next week because this game deserves more. But I appreciate you being here. We're building a lovely little community, and 80 followers it's a big deal for me. So thank you all. Thank you to you. Thank you to Mr. 5x5x5, all the people who followed yesterday, those mad lads who've been cheering bits, Trainar, Liam, Andy A. You're all heroes in my books. It has been a very, very good couple of days. But yes, we've got some blueprints. We've got a large Gorse cannon, which I'm pleased about. SRM pods, some harpoons, and some atropos, small atropos. So I did find... Oh, from Bulgaria! Welcome on in, man! Really, really good to have you. We've got a really wide viewership from all over the world, which I absolutely love. I think it's testament to the types of games that we've been playing. But we had some interesting conversations yesterday during the RimWorld stream. There are a couple of guys who were talking about time zones and where they were and various things, and it turns out one of them lives like 40 minutes down the road from my house. It's, you never know who you're going to meet in a Twitch stream. It's great. So welcome from Bulgaria, and thank you very much for joining us. We're definitely taking all of that. And we've got mod specs here that we haven't learned. We need to complete our transaction, of course. Right, so we found the weapons cache. That's mission number 1 in this system. But we also need to find the pirate base and try and destroy it. And we will save the game immediately because we found the weapons cache. Yeah, I'm assuming, Karma, that blueprints work like... I'm going to the Sats, mate. That's where I'm headed. That's exactly where I'm going. That's why I'm going anti-clockwise round. I'm heading to the satellites. Don't worry, I've not forgotten. But no, I'm assuming they're like the mod specs. I need to just do that and then I know everything. Alright, I was going to the comsats, like the nav. I didn't realise we could do stuff with the nav boys. I don't know why I didn't realise that. Like, we can do stuff with everything. No, so I was headed straight for the sensor array because that's what we've messed with before to mess pirates up. But I mean, you guys want me to scavenge? I'll scavenge. I'm good. So all pirate factions have got +2 burn level in the system. So we break it for salvage. This is the advice we've had. I like it. Breaking it down for salvage will recover some of the resources used in its original construction and allow another structure to be built at this location. Pirates will certainly regard such an attack on vital infrastructure as an act of war, but given the makeshift nature of the structure, it's doubtful blame would be assigned to you with full certainty. I mean, if I'm going to be a drug dealer, it's probably going to be in a RimWorld playthrough. So I'm pausing to read your message, Karma. I'm learning lessons. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We can take it. We can disrupt theirs. We can pull it apart. But ooh, off you go. I take the point that we've talked about role-playing a salvage crew. Let's do some salvaging. Right, they're going out to find out what's going on. They're not going to find out. We're going to dodge them. And I'm committed to that decision as well. So the point I was making was no save scumming. We're not saving here for the sake of going back and doing something new, but we're saving because it's useful to do. We're not daft. We're, just in case something goes terribly wrong. And we may resort to the option of save scumming for the pirate base because I have no idea how tough it's going to be. I'm going to have to sneak on the station before attacking it, I think. Oh, salvage rigs, I've got nothing. I've got... I have some stuff. Like my salvaging is not great. So we've got the yellow salvage skill, and we've got one or two of the Cerberuses, but we don't have a proper salvage rig. Oh, that's it. It's shepherds. Yeah, I think I've got one or two shepherds, but that's all. So my salvage is not good. Like, we're role playing as a salvage crew because that was the start we chose from the slower starts, but we have not been hardcore building a salvage crew because we're not hardcore building anything. Like, I don't know how this game works. We're just playing it and having some fun. But I want to build myself whatever one of those. I'm doing this like it makes any difference. There's a ship. It's about that big, and it's like does salvage and nothing else. Destroyer sort of size. Those kind of things. So we can overload the array to emit a neutrino burst, uncovering nearby slipstreams. Don't care. We can hack it to give ourselves more sensor range, which wouldn't be bad in terms of discovering the pirate base. We could put false readings in the data feed to scatter the pirates everywhere. We could take control of the... Oh no, right. We hack it to take the sensor range away from them. We take control of it to gain the bonus. No. I wasn't aware we needed volatiles for an overload. I'm not bothered by it anyway, because, you know, slipstreams, great. Right now, well, I'm not saying that overloading isn't useful, but it's not. I don't think it furthers my current agenda in this system. So we either break it for salvage, we take control. If we break it for salvage, they lose their sensor array bonus, which is what I'm really interested in. I would like to take control of it, because I would like to detect the pirate base. However, they will take it back by the time I'm halfway around sneaking through the thing. If I hack it, do I gain the sensor bonus as well then, Karma? I thought if I hacked it... Mind you, if I click on it, it tells me, doesn't it? I don't commit to it by clicking on it. It tells me? So if we hack, it will provide... Yes, it provides my fleets the same benefit. They will eventually work out the hack, but not for about 3 months. In which case, I want to be able to detect the pirate base. I'm going to try and hack this. Right, so we've hacked the telemetry. For now, I'm happy with this. I forget that Starsector is generous in the way it does things, in that when you click an option, you're not committed to it. You can see the consequences before you make your final choice, which I absolutely love. Right, let's see what the comms relay does, because I can't remember if we've messed with the comms relay before. So it gives more stability for same faction colonies in the system. So especially a colony bonus. We could put in a colony sniffer, a comm sniffer, sorry, gives me access to local intel as if I were in the star system. That's interesting. So for a while I could sort of monitor the comms in this system. I could take control of the relay and I will gain its benefits. However, I could just... Now this one's a good one to salvage, I think. Well, I'm going to do it. We don't get an awful lot from it, but we're going to do it. We've got some transplutonics from the last couple that we've taken, which I'm happy with, and that will draw some pirates to us. If we can dodge them... Oh no, the pirates are vengeful. They don't like me. How do they know it was me? Right, there's a fleet flying up from there. There's also a wolf frigate down here. A 2D mod wolf. Increased maintenance, damage weapon mounts. That's actually quite a nice wolf. It's the hegemony wolf. So recovery cost in terms of supplies is down significantly, and the fuel cost is down significantly. I quite like that. Story point, but we'd spend a story point, so we would gain some bonus XP again, and we've got 12 of them. It's done. See, I like a wolf. I like a wolf that isn't badly demodded. That hegemony version looked relatively nice to me, and we gain a great big chunk of story XP. I've learned how the story XP work, the bonus XP from the story points works tonight, which has made way more sense to me about some of the messages that I have been seeing. Let's get back into... we've got a lot of action going on down here. That looks to me like a likely spot for a pirate base. We're definitely going to save again. I talk about not save scumming. It's like, well, why are you saving then? Like, if you lose the wolf because everything dies. Now that is a debris field, but what is around it is the question. That's a lot of... Right. So, we've got probable pirate fleets. We've got a hound over here, great. We've got a tempest over here, manageable. Orbital habitat. An abandoned orbital habitat. Cursory scan indicates it's been cold and dead for tens of cycles, at the very least possibly hundreds. Closer inspection may yield salvage. Well, I sort of want to go to that. Right. Faster out, so you've been asking me forever and I keep going, yeah, I'll do it in a minute. And we're under strength on crew as well, so we really need to go and dock with the pirate station first. So we have... we got an executor, which we got from the storyline, which is it's just a big fat boy we don't need, but I love it. I'm flying a Manticore, which I am very, very fond of. I like the Enforcer a lot. We're also rocking a Buffalo Mark II, which has done work for us. Karma Buddy, what I'm going to say is, two things need to happen briefly before you go. We need to crew up our guys. My priority here is going to be salvaging that station if I can get to it, and docking with the pirate station. I may save... It is great to have more fans of the game on board, mate. It really, really is. But yeah, Karma, I may save the battle with the pirate station as the next thing we do on the next Starsector stream, and I may even split the Friday stream to do the first hour and a half of Starsector and then do something else. I've not decided yet. I'm toying with some ideas at the moment, but I'm not going to re-chat during the battle. But we're not battling now. I'm talking to you. I don't think we are going to fight tonight. Like, we've been streaming 3.5 hours. I was going to go till 9:30, 10 tonight, and we're already at nearly 10 o'clock. But I'm not finishing yet. We've got stuff to do. But I will save the fight for you, Karma, because I want you to see it. And not in a VOD, and not in a replay, reattempt, or whatever. But the building of the fleet advice, always massively, massively welcome. That's all right, buddy. Like, hang out as long as you can, but you're not going to miss anything too critical. What I am going to try and do is salvage this derelict station if I can, because that sounds pretty cool. Right, the Executor fast is not worth showing you. It's fitted with whatever shitey garbage I had at the time I picked it up. The fitting is terrible. This is literally all the modules I had when I got it, and I have not found any particularly energy weapons. I've not found any good ones since. So we've not even got large weapons on the large mounts. It is a bad ship. It's an alright hull, but it is a terribly fitted ship. So I'm happy to take advice on fitting and stuff. Karma's been helping me with a lot of fits. You're singing my tune, Karma. Like, I'll take more salvage than I can carry, and I'll just take the bits I want. That suits. That's better than no salvage. We're gonna try it. I'm excited. But yeah, all fitting advice totally welcome. Also, if you're a big Starsector fan and you love this game, we've got a number of Starsector sections on our Discord where Karma has been giving some of the newer players like myself and Tin Mass and Dragon Guy loads of good advice, and we've got new followers tonight. We've got Mr. 5x5x5 who's been helping me out. The more people we've got who know and love Starsector, the better it is for me in terms of learning the game. So it'd be great to have you on board. It's good to have you in the chat. It's great to have you here for the streams. If you wanted to jump on the Discord and join us there for some more Starsector chat, feel free, but there is no pressure. I'm just letting you know it's there. It's down in the links down below. Yeah, man, I'm mining stations. I'm doing it all, boys. I didn't deliberately refuse advice on fitting. I just thought I would try and brave it alone. And to be fair, Karma, I was like, I'm not putting a locust on here. It looks like an absolute bag of shit. And you were like, no, it's not. Try it. And I tried it and went, yeah, okay, I can see why the locust would be good. This fit is not 100% mine. The energy weapons on it are definitely all my choices. But to be fair, I don't have a single other energy weapon other than point defense weapons in my cargo hold. So, it wasn't like I was like, this is optimal, I'm going to play this. It was like, these are guns and they will fit on. So the fit is definitely mine. Nobody takes any credit for that. However, I will happily take fitting advice. Somebody warns me about something and you say yay, and it's alarming. Like, I take your point. Are we talking about the fit on this ship, right? I take your point. The fit on this ship is absolute garbage. But right now, what do I do about it? Like, I don't have the weapons to improve the fit, and I know that some of the elements of the fit aren't great. But also, if this channel is you guys fitting out my ships for me, that's the other extreme. You guys could boot up Starsector and play. Like, I love your advice, don't get me wrong. You have taken me from where I was to loving my Manticore that I hated when we first got it and everything else. But, I've got to be able to also make my own mistakes, or else, I might as well just put a list of these are my ships, tell me what to fit on them and where to get it from, and then mod it. Like, I've got to play the middle ground. This is my first playthrough, and I'm playing it. Yeah, the maneuverability stuff. Oh no, sorry, that's if I S-mod it. Yeah, possibly not. I mean, it's much more hull tanked than armor tanked. No, I get that, guys. I'm not fighting back, and I'm not arguing. I'm not suggesting anyone sort of backseating or anything. But there are two extremes. One is I do everything on my own, and it won't be a fun stream because I really don't know what I'm doing with this game, and I'll just make crap ships and then die in every fight I have. And that isn't where I am now. I'm better than that because Karma has helped me through all of it, and I think it's amazing. It's really great to have that expertise. And I think I might have missed the point Karma was making, but if Karma, if your reaction about me going, yeah, don't worry about it, like, I do that because that's who I am, that's the way it goes. But if that reaction that I made was in reaction to you saying your fit isn't good and you need to do something about it, my genuine point is, okay, what do I do about it now? Because I don't have those guns. I know that I shouldn't be flying this ship. I know that I should park the ship and store it until I have the guns to fit it and everything else. But also, it's a game of internet spaceships, and I want to fly my new big shiny ship. And it's not great and it's not optimal, but it hasn't died yet, and it's killed a load of stuff. It's costing me more than it should. I'm not being efficient. I'm not min-maxing, but that is not me. This is the anti-min-max channel. We're having fun. But if I've missed the point about what you were saying, then I apologise, because I'm not trying to sort of push back against advice and help, because you guys have got me to where I am in this game, and you've made me fall in love with it. Like, I liked this game when we started streaming it. I love it now because of the passionate people I've met who play it, like Karma, and like the new guys we got tonight, like Fast and like 5x5. you guys are sort of the ones that make me go, my god, some of these people have been playing for the last 10 years and they still love this game and they still want to help a noob do stuff. That's awesome. But also, like, if I make a bad fit, the suggestions, so for example, Karma, the way you've done your suggestions have been brilliant. You've been like, you do realise that you fitted like mediums to a heavy slot there, and the answer is actually no, I hadn't. Whoa, didn't think about that. Or did you know that the Pilums don't have ammo? They don't need to have expanded missile racks. They fire on their own, but they're slow. Like, all the things that I'm not seeing as I'm trying to balance playing. If I was playing this on my own, I would spend 4 hours a day, every day, on the fitting screen, learning every little number. But I'm trying to also make it a little bit interesting on stream where we do some stuff. Thank you, Karma. Right, sorry, I totally missed the point about that. I read that next to one of Fast's posts, and I was like, oh, are you talking about fits here? Because and the last thing I want to do is be like, yeah, don't worry about it. I read and listen to all the chat. Well, I don't read all the chat posts because I'll get called out on that one. I do miss a few, but I try and read them all because they help me learn and love the game. Silverlight, thank you so much. That's my problem, Silverlight. That's where I am with this executor. It's rubbish, and right now I shouldn't have a pilot in it. It should be sitting somewhere until I've got the right sized things and a balance of things to fit on it. But it's so pretty and it's so much bigger than everything else. And I need to spend more time fitting out, not a lot, but more fitting out things like my hounds, so that my faster, smaller fleet is actually good at what I want it to do. But welcome on in. Thank you for chatting. It's been great tonight, guys. We've had a load of new followers. Traynar's been throwing money around like some kind of Far Eastern pimp. He's, way too generous for a man of my quality and my skills. But I love you guys. I love you all. You're the dudes. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read Far's warning about mining stations, because I must have missed that in the... Sorry, I'm checking I haven't missed any posts. In terms of the Discord, there's a link at the bottom in the About section. I haven't got a bot set up to do the Discord immediately, and also I actually don't know the Discord. I've had 3 people ask me this week, what's your Discord? I'm like, I don't know, go on the Twitch channel, it's on the bottom there. I put it there. So yeah, if you're looking for the Discord, then do feel free to jump on in. It is great to have more people. The more people talking about the game on Discord, the more I get really hyped to play even more of it. It's amazing. Right, Fast put up a warning about mining the station. Someone's going to have to remind me of it, because I'm scrolling chat. I saw your warning, Karma, that the station could give me way more salvage than I can carry. And I appreciate that's not an ideal situation, but surely I can pick through for the best bits that I want, and having that salvage is better than not having it. That was the one I saw. Yeah, 5x5x5 made the same point. Way too much stuff. So we're saying that mining the station is probably not worth doing at the moment, because we're just going to waste that stuff. It's going to float off. Maybe we save that, we mine it later when we have much more cargo capacity. Maybe I am being blasé here, and I'm like, I'll be fine, I'll just take a few high value items, but actually it could make me a ton of cool stuff later, and I would be wasting it to pop that Easter egg now to smack that pinata. Maybe I missed the emphasis of what you guys were saying. I read that the way that I like to read things, in my enthusiastic way, which was, oh, you're not gonna believe how much stuff they give you, because I'm like, yay, cool stuff. But maybe you're right. Maybe logically cracking it now is not the thing to do. Advanced optics and ECC. I think I have ECCM, but I don't think I have advanced optics. I don't have either. Oh no, I've got advanced optics. I have got advanced optics. I don't have ECC. I thought we got ECCM last game. Maybe not. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat here, but I definitely have advanced optics. Oh yeah, extended range of beam weapons. Cumulative with the integrated targeting unit. That is pretty good, actually. So the one thing I would say is these hull mods are not what I thought would make good hull mods. These hull mods were my nod to the fact that this thing is so badly fitted, it was a waste of time me spending time during the stream doing any more hull mods. I was like, let's just play, because I could hull mod this thing to Kingdom Come and it's still a flying pile of garbage. And my intention was to just strip all these hull mods and start again once we had the turrets we wanted, but that isn't necessarily a good way to do it. Oh, Tinmas, thank you for dropping the Discord, by the way, buddy. I can do like one thing at once. I'm an old man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I take the point completely now, Karma. Yeah, I read that from everybody as, like, welcome to Big Boy School, pick and choose your favourite shinies. But you're right. Like, why crack that thing when it's just going to go to waste and float away? So, apologies to everybody giving me good advice that I am ignoring. I'm reading it the way I want to read it, not the way it was intended. That's a really good point. So, presumably this station is essentially static 5x5. Like, if I know where it is, that derelict station will be there for me to salvage for this entire playthrough. So I need to remember where that is to go back later on. Patience is a virtue, beer is a blessing. I am an indecisive old man. You make a valid point, Karma. I just don't understand the game systems. Like, I know that a debris field will float away over time. I know economies will flux a little bit over time, but how much of the stuff is in change, I just don't know. So, yeah, so Discord this week, I think, is sort of going to blow up. Like, so much. Thank you so much for you guys for the follows today, for the bits today, and for those of you who've joined the Discord today. I'm really, really looking forward to just deep diving into some nerdy Starsector stuff. Right, before we do any of that, I'm mindful that Karma's got to go. I'm also mindful that I'm slightly overrunning for a Monday session. The Monday session is usually the shortest of the week. It's normally 3.5 to 4-ish hours. Friday, obviously, we can have a more relaxed, long school Friday night, and Saturday and Sunday mornings are slightly longer for sort of chill until we're ready to not chill anymore. But Monday night, tomorrow, is still a work day, so I got to behave myself slightly. I got meetings and all sorts. Ugh. So we're going to do something useful. Before we go, we got a couple of pirate fleets. Oh, Silverlight, thank you so much, man. We're smashing our target. Are we at 81 followers now? I don't know. Or are we still at 80? Twitch hasn't decided. But we've beaten our targets. No, we're at 81. Guys, you're too generous. But I really appreciate you all being here. So we've got a Tempest and a Hound. Not going to risk getting nerfed by pirates for the sake of that. We found the orbital station. There it is. So that's the station that we ultimately need to... I love you, Dark. I really do. Don't deny me my maple syrup. I saw you. I saw the conversations. You were chatting to Tin Mass. I was like, "Oh, you and him are in the corner catching up." I'll speak to you in a minute. But yes, buddy, I love you and thank you for coming back. You are one of my very earliest supporters. You really are. Yeah, man. Dark is the OG Canadian. He's the man in the corner. Tempest is the best hunter. Well, I like hunting things. However, I'm going to be hunted if I get too close to it at the moment. So we've got a Tempest here. We found the pirate base. I would like to dock at the pirate base before we do anything else, and try and recruit some more crew, because at the moment we are under strength, and that's just not going to do. We need to crew up. So we've got a few things we need to do there. We've got ordnance points left to spend still. We need to see what's available to see if we can fit the Sunder. And we've also picked up the... Oh, that's the other Tempest. Yeah, we picked up a Tempest a minute ago, didn't we? So actually, yeah, a couple of Tempests could be really quite tasty. So we've got opportunities galore here. The things abound. What I'm going to say is, I don't want to deny Karma the end of the stream. Pirates are definitely trashy target practice, but you also have to remember I am a trashy player, so we'll pick and choose our battles. Like we can take that fleet. Actually, we can take that fleet, and I think we will. I think we'll take it. We'll rip them apart. We'll take some stuff. We'll see what's in this one. I'm going to end the stream in a minute or two. I'm going to do two things before we do. We're going to do a quick cheeky little raid. I know it's not for everybody, but if you stick with me, I really appreciate it, even if it's just for the next minute while we raid somebody, because very, very nice for them, but more importantly, it helps grow our channel. You know, I try and raid people that stream in the way that I do. You know, I have a number of people who I think do a very, very good job of sort of roleplay streaming and fun streaming and involving their chat, and those are the best kind of people. So I'm going to have a look in a minute and see if there's somebody on streaming something that we would be interested in. Anyone who wants to join me on that raid, it helps my channel. I love you. But what's more important, I love every one of you who's followed tonight. All three of you, you're amazing. Trainer, an enormous shout out to you, my friend. Too generous by far. You got this channel off the ground, essentially. Don't ever clip that. You know, that's not on record. But if you're still around, I love you. You're too generous. All the guys who were in the chat yesterday for the RimWorld stream, who were dropping bits and going crazy, you're all amazing. And those of you who are keen Starsector enthusiasts, Karma in particular, who has supported the Starsector streaming right from the beginning and has helped me all the way through it, and has put up with great humour with my ability to flip between things and put the wrong emphasis on stuff and get carried away in the excited moment when he's trying to give me good advice. I wouldn't be here still streaming Starsector without you, so you're the man. But for those of you who are new in chat and are helping me as Starsector people, and people who've jumped on the Discord tonight, I really look forward to catching up with you all. I'm going to be jumping straight on Discord once this is done. We will have some exciting Starsector chats, and I really look forward to doing some more. We might do a bit more Starsector on Friday. I think we might do the first half of the Friday stream as Starsector, because I want to resolve this and I want to keep the momentum going with what we've got now. Any interim streams during the week will be Starsector, but I've stopped promising those, because every time I say, oh, I might stream on Tuesday or Thursday, it doesn't happen because work gets in the way. So we will be streaming on Friday, that's how it works. And I will see you guys there, if not before. Thank you so much for coming on, guys, and I really look forward to sort of catching up with everyone again. This has been just... Well, look at all the different people we've got chatting in here. This is absolutely what I love about this. And I'm going to catch up on chat now before I disappear, because... Of course! A very, very good point, Karma. If I go and smack them in the face, I can't then dock at that station, even without the transponder on. Yes... Cool. I haven't actually quite gone yet, because I'm still getting all Starsector excited. Let's see if we've got anybody online. Like, if there's nobody online that I think you guys might enjoy, I'm not going to bother raiding. But you know, it's nice if we can show a bit of love and support for our smaller streamers, and also, show them we exist, because, it's great to find new people to come and join these channels. It doesn't look like anyone's really streaming Starsector at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame. But I have got a couple of guys who do very, very good low content. I tell you what, this is going to be a total change of pace, right? Something completely different, but I love this guy. For those of you in the chat who we've talked about this with a little bit, great advocate for mental health, wonderful British streamer who I love. I've played games with him, I've been in his guilds in various things. This may not be your game. We're going to raid somebody who's playing Final Fantasy 14, but he's a lovely guy. Show him your love. Throw up your goose chats, your goose emotes in chat and everything. Thank you so much for joining me for the raid. Just to, it really, really helps support our channel as we do it. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Friday, and which I think is going to feature some pretty heavy Starsector, because I'm in love with this, but we're not giving it its due. We're absolutely not giving it the time. So thank you for today, guys. You are the absolute best. I will see you all on Friday. Goose out.
As someone who has 96 Final Fantasy games on the shelf behind him. Father's Goose, thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? How was Starsector? Welcome on in, everyone. My name is Gareth, aka Mixie. I am an FF14 and Yu-Gi-Oh content creator, as well as a solo indie game developer. And we are currently chilling and grinding Eureka because I have so many relic weapons to get in Eureka. It's great, I'm glad to hear it. What did you guys get up to? Right, let's go kill some old world zoos. We're farming this place like crazy tonight. We've almost spawned every boss in the zone. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bosses we can spawn before night comes. So yeah, remember a very much relaxed FF14 player. Well, it's great to have you in. I do remember you. We're actually in a whole new FC now, because yeah, that one basically fell apart after various things happened, and I am definitely not a lax FF14 player. I took a break for a while, and I've